And that should be us on the main screen now. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Old Haunt, The Price of Beauty, with our wonderful Dungeon Master, Christy Winters, who is now unmuted.
I can't. I have no professionalism. Christy, that hello was the cutest thing in the entire world. I can't.
I'm glad I made you smile. Are you handing it over to me, or are you just mentioning my name? We don't have traditions
Yes,
yet on the show.
Over.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to hand it over to our traditional wrapper-upper of the last episode recap person. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm just hit us up.
So after the session before the last session, we all got back home after a interesting night. Most of us were rather hungover, but eventually we all made it downstairs where Jarvis had prepared both a stack of newspapers that we went through to see what people thought about the events surrounding the dragons, including one about fashion. After which, we also were made aware of a brochure for a spa, whose name I've forgotten already, but
Temple of the Restful Lily.
Temple of Restful Lily, and the folder was actually magical, and when you looked into it, it first showed your face, and then sort of like wibbled into the face of an attractive woman, then like sold you to spa. After which Jarvis mentioned to us that apparently people had been disappearing from there, and we were hired to look into that, and also sent there in large part to just keep ourselves out of the public eye and stop us from saying stupid shit to the press while they were still desperately trying to get answers, and then went to the spa, which was somewhere in the C ward, which then, well, opened serious doors that are some kind of portal to, I don't exactly remember the location, but significantly warmer than Waterdeep right now.
Yeah, I found out it's 600 miles from Waterdeep.
Yeah,
where you guys popped up.
Yeah. So then we went further in. We were given an introduction to the spa and the potential treatments. Then, while we were, I assume, we were being given a tour and also led to our rooms, we ran into a guy trying to impose to I find the word suddenly to
pose as
or pose impersonate. Sorry, yes, those are words that work. To impersonate Jalaxel. After which, well, our party just kind of lost its mind mostly. Mara started screaming.
Mara was crying.
I mean, crying and screaming are vaguely related. Like, you were also screaming. You were doing both.
I was there.
Yeah. Hibara tried to pull his hair. Telvar mostly just tried to tell him off, while Clue just started flirting with whoever he was talking with, because, he was just, what else was he supposed to do? Then the security came, basically dissolved the situation, and told us to go to our goddamn rooms, because they're probably pretty fucking tired of us already.
Yeah, I think. Yep, is that where we left off?
Yeah, the amazing happens. You did also mention a couple of things that were going to happen. You had the calisthenics, where you could win some potions, massages, which was going to take at least a day before they could find a spot for us. Then we could also talk with whose name I really should have written down about the treatment to change your appearance, and also that we're not allowed to carry any weapons or magical items into the spa area.
Correct. So basically, all of the spa services are open to you. That's the esthetician, the massage, the bathhouse, the meals, everything. You get. Actually, I'll talk you through it, but you're gonna get like a lanyard with like a gold pass on it just for your VIP status. So, yes. So that's where we left off. Now we also have an exciting addition to tonight's game. Javi, who's joining us. Say hi to Javi, everyone. Again.
Hola.
Hello.
Hola.
You had joined for Christiosity's really off the rails one shot. That the players we managed to take off the rails within the first fight. So yeah, we invited you back, and we thought this would be a fun way to have you join the game. So you want to your characters? Is your character have a nickname? What do they he or she? What do they normally go by?
It's a he. He's
Okay.
called Baracas Hope.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tiefling. Very kind of half human, half demon type. And basically that's about it. An infernal tiefling, so it's kind of the skin is reddish, human, old as rocks. More like a kind of a magician type of character, like
Cool.
yeah, it's more or less like a what do we call him? Damn. Well, he's used to live in nature, and he abandoned his village when he was younger. And now, well, then he joined the army because somebody exterminated all the members of his village, and then he realized the error of his ways, and now he's devoted to peace and magic, and if any, self-defense if necessary, but usually not necessary.
Very cool. So yeah, he sounds like. So can I call him Barox? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Didn't want if you want the full name or if there's a shorter version. So yeah, in Barox's history, he had met up with a good drow elf, which is kind of not. They're pretty rare, but they do exist. Named Felric, and you had also been looking for this friend. You tracked down a lead to Waterdeep, and Felric works in Waterdeep. Connecting up with him, he told you that there's this place that you heard about, this Temple of the Restful Lily. He's heard rumors that a Harper agent has recently gone in there as well, and so if you could make contact with a Harper's agent at the Temple of the Lily, that might be able to give you some information or help you in your quest. So you managed to put together the funds and to also buy an all-access ticket, a VIP ticket, to get inside. You traveled from the safe house where Felderic had helped put you up in the southern ward of Waterdeep to the very, very posh sea ward, and went to a sort of just ordinary looking house in a very nice, city neighborhood, but just an ordinary looking house. You showed your ticket, information was taken, and then you were shown a door. When it opened onto a field, actually like a glen, a forest with a path that when you walked about a quarter of the mile away, and it's nighttime when you arrived, so it's all lit by magical candlelight or torchlight. You just walk up to this very beautiful forested glen with nature all around you and an open sky. Just 1 minute you're in the city, the next minute you walk out into nature. You arrive to the reception where you're greeted by a sort of like 30s-year-old human male with brown hair, brown eyes, very friendly. It's late at night though, so most of the spa has been shut down, but he checks you in and shows you to your room. The next morning, you get up and you have the breakfast that is included in your meal. You've also, by the way, you have to equip yourself of your armor because it'll change your armor class. And you aren't allowed to carry any weapons in here. So when you got here, they kind of gave you a wardrobe to wear, and then they asked you what you wanted laundered, and then they sort of showed you this chest that you put in all of your, like any of your valuables, your weapons, anything that you want stored. Excuse me. You put into that chest, they closed it up, and you're now kind of like, you have a week's worth of spa wear that you can choose. Some of it's like exercise stuff, some of it's lounge wear, but it's all pretty kind of plain, not, it's very simple, but also very comfortable. You get up, you have breakfast, you're reading through the morning papers. They've got papers there from Neverwinter, from Baldur's Gate, from Waterdeep, and you were just in Waterdeep. So you picked up a couple of those newspapers. And then after some coffee, you made your way over to the lounge area because you want to kind of check this place out. What you've noticed so far is there are quite a lot of guests here, and there are some staff who go around and they will smile at you and offer you a drink and collect your dirty glasses and take them away. But then all of a sudden, you see Saith. Saith comes through and he's got this group of people that he's with. And as he's sort of like obviously giving them the tour, a red-haired elven woman just kind of goes charging up the stairs, as does this.
No, she wanders over.
Wanders over. Okay, she wanders over. A darker skinned, very like athletic and energetic woman comes bounding over as well. And there's this whole scene which they described with the elven woman pulling the hair of a drow elf who's standing there, and the other younger woman just like breaks down in tears and starts to yell he's a liar. And I would like you to give me a perception check, because with advantage, because you've seen something about these people. It rings a bell to you. So if you could give me a perception check for Barak's character.
Definitely. What do I need to roll?
Sure. On your sheet, on the left-hand side, there will be like some big numbers, which are your main stats. But if you scroll underneath that, there's going to be a list starting with acrobatics.
Yeah, perception. Then.
And yep, down to perception. It's probably
It's
the most
5?
common roll. Yep, go ahead and click on the word perception so it turns red.
There you go.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
24.
Starting
Very
good
nice.
with 19 on the roll.
That's a good way to start. Yeah, it suddenly clicks. You saw these people before. Like, you recognize the group makeup because it's quite unusual. There are 2 humans, halfling, tiefling. Who am I forgetting? Oh, and an
You're
elven
forgetting
woman.
an elf, yeah.
Yeah, and an elf. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. I know that. So you actually had, like, there are papers all around. And on the table next to yours is a copy of the Waterdeep Wazoo that they had also someone had left around the pool. And on the front cover, on the front page of this Waterdeep Wazoo is like, North Ward Adventure Company rescues the city. And you see, it's kind of it's a sketch of these 5 people. And it's not like a great sketch, but it's a really bizarre combination to have this group together and then the exact same group standing in front of you. And as you read through, you find out that this group is like literally the night before had been giving testimony to the masked lords of Waterdeep about the fact that they recovered 500,000 gold pieces that had been stolen from the city and a magical staff of protection that protected the city from dragons. So it occurs to you, these people know how to find things. Okay.
Definitely.
So that's a huge exposition dump on you. I think now you are embedded
I
in the
already
world.
forgot the name of the person I was looking for anyway.
Yeah, that's all right. You're looking for Silvari. I'll write it out. Silver Song. I'll write it in the chat. So getting back to now, so the scene is happening, right? Hibara, before you walk, so at first you're distracted by the person claiming to be Jarlaxle. But when like Mara starts to get dragged away and the person claiming to be Jarlaxle, he walks off, I would like you to roll me a perception check with advantage as well. Yes. All right. As you're standing there and your attention is no longer focused on this person, it's like the feeling of walking from a hot summer or hot weather into an air-conditioned building where there's sort of like a rush of a change in your environment, but then after a little while, you quickly adapt. You suddenly feel that kind of rush come over you, but what you feel is Fey energy. And you kind of look down at the pool and you realize that this pool is just commingling with Fey magic, Fey energy.
I mean, it's a bar. She's not going to call attention to this.
Okay. So that's enough. Yeah. So mental note.
Yeah.
And yes. All right. So y'all get over to your rooms. And I think I said each of you could just like sort of pick out a room where you want to stay for your duration. And Saith is getting you all settled in and calls for someone named Glitter. And as you're kind of like getting used to your rooms,
Wait. He calls for someone named Glitter.
Glitter, correct.
And just with like, here's your room, and then shouts down the hall for Glitter.
Yes.
Okay, Hibara gives him the just major side eye.
I mean, glamour and glitter, passion and fame. Truly outrageous. Somebody got that reference.
Yes, a few seconds or a few minutes later, you hear the noise of, you know, in hotels where they have this like moving hanging racks where you can hang clothes that are zipped up in bags kind of thing. You hear the wheels of that, and a little kobold is pulling on this rack of clothing, you know, hauling it up, and to each of you says something to the effect of, good evening, honored lady, gentleman, personage. I am Glitter, and I am happy to be your servant here while you're staying at the spa. I understand that you are in need of clothing for your stay. Please take anything you need off the rack, and you can take as many as you'd like. Just hang them up on the rack over there, and we will make sure that your rooms are provided with towels and a new bathrobe and new slippers every morning. Is there anything I can do to make your stay more pleasant?
The robes on the rack,
Mm-hmm.
how are they arranged? Like what
They're
all
by
is there?
sizes. Yes. So
And
everything goes
what is the
from
range of this size?
a small, medium, and large. So bigger than the ones that were hanging.
Okay, so like Minotaur and Centaur level large.
Yes.
Okay, Hibara takes one of the larges.
Okay.
I mean, we knew she was going to do that.
There's also a package that he provides that is fresh, like a week's worth of underwear as well, and does that for each of you. Just is very, very gracious and speaks well and bows quite a lot and wishes you a very pleasant stay. Anyone who wants to can make an insight check. I'm sorry, in the main party, not Javi yet, because you're not. Ooh, nailed it.
I know his every intention.
Yes.
Why is Gorko here? Oh, right.
Gorko should be here.
Huh?
Shouldn't be.
No.
Or
I
do
see
you-
his sheet.
Oh, yeah, because we use him for, or we needed him to roll a very specific thing for
Oh,
back
right.
in the tavern. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
No, I rolled like, wait, no. Where did my roll go? There it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's okay. All you who did it, you did fine. There's something really sad Oh yes. I'll say. Are you going to roll for Perry? By the way. So Habar got a 25. Clue got a 28.
Oh no, that was
25 as a
Habara didn't
perception
roll
check.
insight.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so that was a Clue got a 28, Belvar got a 14, Mara got a 19, Perry got a 17. You're all doing fine. You all notice there's something kind of sad about this little kobold. I mean, he's kind of putting on this, really gracious face and doing all the customer service things, but just seems a bit sad.
I mean, he's in customer service, so that is to be expected.
That's fair enough.
Can,
All
can,
right.
can Mara go and give him a hug?
Yes. Yeah. You can go ahead and why don't you roll persuasion? Let's see how he reacts. Like how would you do it? What would you say to him? Or would you just go up and hug him?
Oh, well, no. Mara would be
Stranger
like,
danger, stranger danger.
stranger danger. No. Mara would just go up and say, I'm sorry, little one. You look like you could use a hug. Do you want a hug?
Right. Let me do a quick roll.
And I'll call it now. I can see Mara wanting to take this kobold home with us.
Yes.
It's a zoo at this point.
And since
Ah.
if you're in the corridor, it's Perry who has to say, no, we can't keep him.
Here we go. No,
Harry,
that's 100.
you can't fight Mara on this. Mara will adopt all sad creatures.
That's true. All right. Yep. He actually sort of like is a little bit taken aback. You have to remember he deals with just rich clientele who are self-absorbed assholes all the time. You swear, Mara, that his eyes start to get a little bit shiny, and then he just sort of like, comes forward and kind of gives you a hug.
Mara gives him like the best, like tight mother hug she could possibly give him, and goes, "If you want to get out of this business and come work for a company that will appreciate you and love you like your family, and not in like the facetious kind of way, but in like the true you will be family kind of way, I have a job for you." And she lets him go.
Right. So you notice that when you actually make contact with him, he still sort of almost reflexively like jerks a little bit and tenses up. But then after you hold him for a little bit, he relaxes. And when you tell him that, he doesn't look at you anymore. He looks at the ground. But he nods and then he hurries off.
Mara's heart breaks. And she's like, I'm crying. I'm actively crying, Christy.
He was a sad little kobold. You might find out why.
Mara goes back to the group and goes, Thalmar, we have to help the kobold.
And
Yes,
that's
Mara. Of course. We'll see what we can do for him once we've done what we're here to do.
They're not treating him well.
Quite obviously.
All right.
Mara
I'm
and
gonna.
Delvar doing that. Perry is going
Mhm.
to use Thieves' cards to ask the kobold what is going on.
Okay, can we pause that? Because I'd like to get Javi in on this a little bit. I just want to know what Javi's character would do. So, yes, you can do that. Also, I need to look up a stat. So, this is a perfect way for me to evade giving that role play right now while I look something up. Javi, let's go back to you because we kind of like, there's a couple minutes now where things you could have done. You see the scene, you see the party members, you read the article. What would you do?
Well, I would approach them and say, hey, is this you guys? Did you do this? Excuse me, is this you?
It's just like, no autographs, no autographs.
Oh, Clue. Be a bit more friendly. We are somewhat of celebrities now. Yes, indeed. That is us, young man.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I appreciate your public service and all. So I just wanted to say that. What are you guys up to?
Having a time off after a job well done.
That sounds fair. Have you probably not seen someone who likes like who looks like this old friend of mine? I don't remember the name. You know what? You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, like we just got here, so probably no. Or are they from Waterdeep? Because we do know some people there.
Which is fair enough, but you know, if you could help me out with this, I would have really appreciated. Considering what you've done for the city, you could do for an old, worn-out druid like me, and yeah, I would be really grateful if you could.
I mean, I don't do charity work, but if we happen to run into her, we'll make sure to let her know you're looking for her.
Yeah, it should be around. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. What? But by the way, why is that guy crying?
I mean, she cries a lot actually. It's always somewhere between violence or crying. It just happens. You just accept it. It's
Mara
somewhere-
hears
And I could
clues.
help. Whatever. Whatever.
Uh,
It takes.
Oh, by the way,
You can
you're looking
try.
when he drops the name. Did you mention Silvare Silversong?
Yeah, Silvaric Silver Song.
Yeah, that's the same person you're looking for. You realized, by the way. I don't know. It went kind of quick, but it was the same
Okay.
name.
So time
okay.
to rush to encounter Silver Song.
Oh, I mean, assuming that Clue actually recognizes the name, he's. I mean, guess we'll see if we can find her. If you have any leads on where she might be, you can also pass them on to us, so we can help.
Yeah, and same here. If you need help with anything, I'm around. I have plenty of time on my hands, considering there's not much to do around here.
I mean, there's plenty to do. It's also just a lot of nothing. Ugh.
At this point, Mara had finished the cobalt thing and has finished her crying on Delvar. So who are you exactly? I'm sorry, I don't think. Did we get his name? Your name? Their name?
Yeah, do you want to actually say Mara, like what Mara looks like? And then I know clearly we missed you, but yeah, what would Barox see?
Mara looks like the average, like, clearly she isn't in her 20s, but she's 16, but like that awkward, like, could she be older than 18? Because clearly no one remembered that she was not older than 18.
You mentioned it like on the first episode in like for 3 seconds.
Yes.
And then everybody else just went like, oh, she's consistently flirting with people. She's probably over 18. It'd be weird otherwise.
Have you met a teenage girl? They consistently flirt with everything. Anyway, but she and at this point she used to be like a spit of a girl, but now she's kind of bulked up a little bit, and she is in a robe, so it's like covered, but the robe, she grabbed a medium, but clearly should probably not be wearing a medium. She should probably have grabbed a large for a human, because her biceps are busted out.
Guns.
Yeah, she got them guns, and she got them thick thighs. Think Lucia from Encanto. That's her at this point. She went from being Isabella to Lucia.
Yeah, and Clue is also tiefling.
Yep. He is like a 6 feet, like 1-ish. Tiefling, he, red skin, horns, pointy tail, just generally, I mean, currently, because he just came off of a pretty big bender, he looks extra scruffy, but he always looks like he's been through something hard like the night before. But yeah, just he doesn't necessarily look like he's not trustworthy, but at the same time he doesn't look trustworthy. He looks like the kind of guy who probably won't fuck you over, but very, very much might.
Yeah, it's like my character is like the countryside version of your character. And
Pretty much.
Basically,
Yeah, I mean-
when you think Clue, think looks could kill you, will kill you. Mara looks like a cinnamon roll, will kill you.
By the way, Perry, when you say something in Thieves' Cant, the glitter, the cobalt, just looks kind of confused and gives you a non-Thieves' Cant kind of answer.
Well, the poor pig.
Perry will
yes.
switch back to common and say, "Well, I hope you have a nice day."
He gives you a bow and says, "The same to you, fine sir." Yes, so sorry, there's also the conversation just happening. I wanted to follow up with that really quick, but yes, with your new tiefling acquaintance.
Mara never got the name.
the name of my tiefling?
Yes.
Mhm.
Paracas.
She looks at you very confused.
Yeah, it's a interesting name for a tiefling.
Indeed.
Traditional, or did a human raise you?
We're more like it's from my village and it's long gone. It happened like 50 years ago when they burned my village, and I don't even know where it comes from because I left when I was so young. But yeah, that is my name. What can I say?
Pleased to meet you. I am Lord Thalvar Mordragain, human combat mage.
The second,
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure, mate. Yes.
the second Thelvar finishes saying his title and name, Mara like falls over laughing.
I mean, if you're gonna laugh every time he does that, you're gonna hurt yourself at some point.
That's kind of the point.
Well, nice to meet you, Brackers, but considering this is a spa, I'm gonna go and melt in the baths. Good night.
Tonight sounds like a good plan. I think I'm gonna head to the garden and look for some mushrooms.
Okay, have fun with that.
I think you still have Perry and Hibara are in the hallway.
Oh, Hibara left as the conversation was going on, as she do, to get situated because she got bored.
Okay. And Perry's in the hallway because of glitter. So what would Perry do?
After talking to Glitter, Perry's going to go into his room and get changed.
Guys aren't really helping integrate the new party member.
Yeah, have you
Everybody's
Gotta
on
He
it.
wait.
hasn't met him yet.
Yeah, gotta wait for the organic thing. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we're just gonna all relax in the spa, and then something's gonna happen, and then we're gonna get people together.
The
Alright.
new party member is going to the garden to see if the new party, if he can find some kind of mushrooms or any kind of Michael life forms he could use just in case something happens.
Yes. So let me get to that page.
Because my character seems to be
Hold on,
like like a druid and like a specialist in mushrooms for some reason.
Yes, yes,
So-
poor druid.
Yeah.
That's where Hibara is going to be going to, Christy.
Okay. So I will just bring this up because you get to see this now. All right. So an iron fence overgrown with ivy surrounds the small garden. An earthen path weaves between a scattering of trees, flower bushes, and stone benches. Various iron weights, wooden poles, and heavy sacks are strewn about the place as well. Also, when you walk into the garden, you can see that it's being used as an exercise area. There is a tall, very stunning elven woman who is leading all of this. She has like a deep auburn red hair that flows down her shoulders. She's got very dark skin. And let me see, looks like brown eyes and fine elven features. Even though she's got sort of like exercise clothing on, she also wears this kind of like fur cape down her back, which somehow she manages to pull off. And she's leading everybody in exercises, encouraging them almost in a kind of rough way, to like do those sit-ups, do those squats. And some people, there are like only 2 members of the guests who are here. There's a human woman who looks quite fit, who is doing exercises here, as well as who else? Oh yeah, another human woman. She's not as like buff. She looks more like kind of like a basketball kind of player's build. Yeah, and then there's also a dwarf noble who is sitting on the grass panting. He's completely red. Looks like from exertion. He's just got sweat pouring down him, and he's like wiping sweat from his eyes. And anyone? Oh, I guess the 2 people who are in the garden, go ahead and give me a perception check again.
Well, Habara was going to stop somewhere on the way to the garden first.
You're gonna stop to what?
Zara was going to stop somewhere on the way to the garden before she gets there, so
Okay, so
she'll come in
yeah,
a moment.
you notice, Barakas notices that when the dwarf is wiping his forehead, his hair seems to like move as if he's wearing a wig, and then he quickly notices and sort of like puts it back in place.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with that?
Well, this is just what you
Whatever
see.
you want to.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It's D&D. It's improv. You can do whatever you want.
My character is just lurking about, not minding, letting people mind their business. Well,
Yeah.
more like looking for mushrooms discreetly.
Okay, so if you want to look for mushrooms in like the sort of the more overgrown areas, away from the exercise area over here, more like in the back, can you please give me a nature check? So there should be a nature category and
Gotcha.
under perception.
Coming right away.
Yeah, you look around, but this garden is not natural. It seems pretty well kept, and so you find a couple of varieties of the most sort of common mushrooms in this area, but they're all pretty small and not very well developed.
Well, there go my powers.
Oh, do you need a bunch of mushrooms?
I don't know. It's good to have in hand. Good to,
I mean, you can pick about, like a handful of these.
Don't
can
think
break them
druids would explicitly need mushrooms for anything.
Yeah, I can't think of a
I
component.
mean, they
But
have
if
like
they,
normal, like the spell list, so
yeah, if you like to just, munch on them,
yeah,
you can put them in your
have a
pocket.
nibble.
yeah, that would do. Just
Uh,
it's a just in case type of thing, because they took all my weapons, all my armor. At the
Okay,
beginning.
this
I
is
mean,
your survival instinct.
If you
kicking
only
in.
just need mushrooms, a kitchen might also have some.
I might as well get some people high. That's the thing of my
All
character.
right, go ahead and roll me a d20. If you get a 5 or under, you'll find whatever Cecilia. Yeah, look at you! You found magic mushrooms.
There you go. That's all I needed, just in
Uh,
case I need to get people high. And
Roll me a d6.
D6 coming
Yeah.
right. D6.
You've got enough for 4 doses.
That sounds good.
4 full doses. If you go 3/4, you could probably spread it out a bit more.
Mhm.
Not that I know anything about this topic.
Or if you want to go really hard, you have a single dose.
Yeah, just go full dose right away.
Right. They're not so bad. They're not killers. They're just
Oh
persuasive
God, no.
effects.
Yeah. Yes, all positive things from the studies I've seen. Anyway, so yes, while you're in the mushroom, you're looking for magic mushrooms in the garden. What is Habara doing? Because you made a stop off somewhere.
Yeah, there's just random people who work here in the hallways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a bunch of members of staff, and they're all kind of like dressed as staff.
Then yeah, she'd walk up to the nearest one.
Okay,
And
it's a human woman.
she just goes, says, "Do you work here?"
She smiles and nods.
Okay. Do I tell you to go get food and then you bring me food and stuff?
She smiles and nods.
Okay. Can I get you to bring me food anywhere?
She smiles and nods.
Okay. Then I want you to bring me the biggest steak that you have available, and I want you to bring it to the garden for me.
She smiles and nods.
Okay. And then
She-
she skips down the hall.
Yeah. And this staff member like heads toward the kitchen. Okay.
And then she goes to the garden
All
and
right.
sees the stuff from a few moments ago.
Yes, you don't see the wigs moving, but you see everything else. See the exercising going on, and this time the a human woman with a athletic build. She's doing jumping rope. So, but it's not rope. It's actually a really heavy piece of metal that's attached to a tree, and the tree and this elven woman are like swinging the rope and to make her do jump rope. And yeah, the other one is just like laying on the ground, completely exhausted. So, and the dwarf is still looking pretty tired. That's what you see when you come into the garden.
Okay. How long does it take for the steak to get there?
It takes. Well, they're gonna do default medium rare because you didn't specify, and so it takes. We'll call it 12 minutes, and you get a side of garlic butter, as well as a couple other choices of sauces. And yeah, she brings it out on a platter, and someone else brings a male member of staff has got like a pitcher of water and a glass with lemon in it. Sorry, the glass. Yeah, the glass has the lemon and ice, and sets up a little pop-up table for you and a pop-up chair. And she sets down the food, and you've got a little table now set up in the corner with your steak, medium rare, and some water. Unless and then another male member of staff comes along with a bottle of wine and just sort of like offers, sort of shows it to you. It's a bottle of red wine.
Var looks at the bottle of wine and says, "Is that for me?"
He nods and smiles.
Okay. Just set it on the table, I guess.
Yeah, so he takes out a glass. And he's got sort of like hung on his apron, like in a little holster, glass holster. Puts one down, does a screw top, opens up the bottle of wine, pours it a bit, and kind of like fills it up about a half of the glass, and leaves the bottle and leaves the wine, and leaves you alone.
All right. So then when they leave, she waits for them to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes the steak knife and puts it in her robe pocket, and now is gonna look at this big fancy tree that seems to be all fancy like.
Yep.
What's going on with that? Should I do investigation or nature or what?
Yeah, go ahead and do me a nature check. 15. Let me get to the right page. Yes. Well, it doesn't take you too much to confirm. This is an awakened tree in the garden.
Oh, it's an awakened tree.
It is an awakened tree, yes.
Then she immediately says to the tree in Druidic, "Hello, what's your name?"
I need to get the stats. Let me get my monster manual. Thank God I got that close by because I don't know what
Makes
language
tree
is.
noises.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. God, I don't even know. Is it under awakened or tree, do you think? I'll have to go into the index. Well, I looked that up. What's Thelvar doing?
Thelvar is going to be exploring. He's hopefully going to be heading out the back just to see what's around out here.
Okay. In the back of the temple area, when you get out there, you see that there is Whoa. Sorry, I just felt like a rumble. There is a path that leads to a 3-story tower building. That's the round thing. And that looks in pretty good shape. The footpath seems, in regular use. But as you get closer over, what you see is looks like a sort of a ramshackled. Make a history check or a religion check.
Okay, which is better? Well, they're both about the same, so we'll do history. 21.
Ooh, nice. All right. Okay. I just found out the language of the awakened tree. Okay. 21, you recognize that this is a dilapidated shrine to Sune, but it's in terrible shape. It looks boarded up. It looks like it's not been used for a while, and the grass around it is very unkempt and overgrown. Unlike like around the tower where everything still seems to be in working order.
Curious. Thalvar will start heading that way then.
Okay, when you do, you hear a voice saying, Lord Mordragane, Lord Mordragane.
Yes.
You turn around and Saith is standing there. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it during the initial tour, but that building is unsafe. We pretty much don't allow guests or even members of staff in there. It's for your own safety and also, liability issues. You're welcome to walk the other parts of the grounds, but please don't put us in legal danger by heading toward that building.
Oh, of course. I'm just heading to take a rest under this tree, that's all.
Oh, okay. Well, wonderful. Right. Right. I was just heading over to my own quarters in the tower, so yeah, enjoy the shade of the tree. And
Thank
he
you very
walks.
much.
Yeah, he walks over into the house. You see him take out a key. He unlocks the door and goes inside, and you hear a lock, as it is. Yeah, he locks it from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Thalvar walks over and sits by the tree for a while, just to allay any suspicions.
Okay. All right. What would you do after that?
They're going to investigate that bloody building. This is supposed to be a temple to Sune, and they've let it go to rack and ruin. That's not right.
Okay. All right. What about Perry? Let's skip over to Perry. Because since you guys are all doing your own thing, I have to do you one by one. So.
Dear. Once he's got changed, Perry will head to the dining area, I guess that is.
Okay.
And see about getting some tea. And once he's got some tea, he'll head to the garden.
Oh, okay. Right. Yes. So you can go order tea. There's a member of staff and the menu, just sort of, a list. You don't have to. Yeah, you got your gold passes, so you don't have to pay attention to the prices. You order your tea. You wait. They smile and nod, and after enough time to boil water and let it steep a bit, you get a very nice cup of tea in a beautiful porcelain cup and a saucer that you can take out into the garden. As you enter the garden, you see Hibara speaking in Druidic. Your Druidic response gets no response from the tree, by the way.
Then she'd say, also in Druidic, damn, and prepare to speak with plants today.
No reaction from the tree.
This is when Perry comes in, right?
Hibara, you didn't do poorly on your nature check. I don't know how. I'm gonna say that Hibara. Well, let me ask you: do you think Hibara would have had experience with awakened trees based on her life experience?
Probably I feel probably, I mean, I doubt something. I don't think this kind of tree, maybe, but probably like definitely a bush or a smaller tree.
Okay. Because I think that the 15 is enough for you to know that you've spoken druidic to like other awakened beings, plants before, and sometimes you've had to speak common because the language that the plant speaks is determined by its creator.
So it likely wasn't awakened by a druid.
Yeah, so she turns around to survey, and I take it sees Perry come in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then she's gonna go, "Hi, Perry. What are you doing out here?"
Thought I'd enjoy some tea in the garden.
Oh, do you want a steak?
No, I'm fine. Just wanted some tea.
Oh. Well, there's a steak over there and some wine. You can have some if you want. And she points at the table. And I assume they gave a chair too.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There's still a chair and the table are sat there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can have that if you want it. And you can sit there if you want.
Dare I ask why there's a table, steak, wine?
How else was I supposed to get a knife?
I see.
Only RT.
So after giving Perry that, she comes over to, I assume this is a big tree as well, right? Next to the worker people.
Yep.
And I assume that I don't think I need to see that it's not awakened.
It's not awakened. Nope.
Okay. Then she's gonna come to the side and we're gonna try climbing it.
Okay, well, I mean, it's just that's an interior wall. It's just the side of
The
like.
tree.
Yeah, we're
not the
climbing the
wall.
tree.
Oh, you're climbing the tree. Okay, I thought you were climbing the wall. Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Not athletic.
Well, athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer. I'm fine with
Better
either.
at
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
that.
It is.
Roll shitty.
Yeah, they kind of like the lower branches are not big. They've kind of like shaved it off a bit so people can sit underneath it, and so to get up, it's really high actually. It's not as easy as you'd think.
But are any of the lower branches reachable?
You kind of have to do a pull up to get to it. If someone
Oh
were
no,
to
no,
help
not,
you
not,
up,
not reachable as in like to get on top of it, but reachable as in to be able to grab it.
yeah, you can grab it and hang from it.
Okay, perfect. Are the lower branches super big?
They're big enough that when you hold onto them, they're bigger than your hands. So it's not like you can get your hands all the way around them. They're quite hefty.
Then it's gonna drop down then and go find Perry. Did
Okay.
Perry sit down with the steak and wine?
By the way, you noticed you're someone looking for mushrooms or picking mushrooms in the back garden when you were by your tree.
Okay.
It's the same guy that was in the hallway before, recognizing you from the newspaper.
Would she remember or make that connection? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
10 is like basic, so 16 is well above basic.
Okay. And okay, then yeah, no, she's not going to go to see Perry because Perry is small.
Poor Perry. It's no respect.
She's gonna go up to who she doesn't know his name yet, and she's gonna come up behind him
Run. Be
and
afraid.
just lean over and say, "Hi, what are you doing?"
Hey there, just taking a walk in the garden. No biggie. Just minding
Why
my
are
business.
you walking on your knees?
because I like to be next. I like to stay next to nature. I'm very used to be in the forest, and this is not. This is not the most natural place ever, so I'm not the most comfortable in that matter. Not that I can complain. There all the pampering and everything, but definitely not my style. Not the openness. Not to touch grass as I should. So here we are.
She says in Druidic, "Are you a weirdo?"
No, I'm actually a druid, so
Oh, good. I assume you respond also in Druidic.
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, good.
You know
Then I
that.
need your help for a moment. Help me get up this tree.
Absolutely.
God damn it.
Why would you want to go up a tree? Anyway.
So I can get a branch for a twig. So I can have a focus.
Are you maybe trying to arm yourself?
Yes.
Can we expect some action?
Well, apparently someone got murdered here. So probably.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, then I can tell you, says in Druidic and in a low voice.
Oh yeah, she's been saying this all in Druidic this whole time.
No, but yeah, we're Druidic buddies now. And
Run away. Run away. Somebody run away.
I can tell you that I've been gathering some really nice Amanita muscaria, and I'm looking forward to, if the need arises, team up with you.
Okay, do you want me to cut you a focus too? So you're
Sure
not
do.
gimp.
We help you up.
Yep. So
And there we
roll
go.
athletics with advantage.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Well,
10
I mean, it's better.
It's yeah, a 10 is like it's not a pretty sight. Like because you're like a little bit awkward physically with each other. Like you're not
Well,
like
she is also
Hibara
wearing
is
an
just
oversized robe.
yes, and like standing on his like half of his face as she's trying to like no, put it on my shoulder, not my face. One thing. But yeah, you're able to kind of like push. He's able to push you up there, and from there you can balance yourself, reach up, and there are some, smaller branches that you could very easily break off and keep in a pocket, or whatever
Yep.
you'd like.
She's gonna cut off one twig for him, and she's gonna cut off another twig, but the one for her, she's gonna shave some of the bark off too, and tie her hair up with it, and
Okay.
fasten it with the twig.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and why? Let's see. How are you gonna get her down? Are you gonna like just like?
This is a bar. She's
drop
just gonna
half-
jump down.
Okay, she's gonna jump down. All right, it's from that high. It's fine. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. So you're able to jump down just fine.
Okay.
Perry.
I
sorry.
can help pick up the twigs, so she got both hands to descend safely.
Yes. Yeah. And you give him his twig, I take it?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's your twig, your focus. I don't know if you have to do anything to it.
I will figure it out.
All right, Perry. Hibara wandered off and like starts climbing a tree, brings over this tall tiefling. What are you doing while all of this is going on? There's a steak cooling and a bottle of wine. It's like, 8:30 in the morning, but so what is Perry doing?
He's half watching them, trying not to laugh.
Okay. Anything else?
Sipping his tea.
Okay. Clue, are you in the pool?
Yep.
All right. And then I'll come to Mara. But Clue, as you sit in the pool, when you walk in, there's a step down, but it's very quickly a pretty steep drop. You would guess that if you wanted to try to dive down to guess the depth, it's probably like a good 10 feet deep.
Ah,
And-
you're actually swim in this thing.
Yes, you can actually swim in this thing. And the water, when you enter it, just really relaxes you. And your body almost starts to hum a little bit, not in a like pins and needles kind of tingling way, but more like, I don't know, if you stood next to a bass, if you felt like a big amplifier for a bass, it kind of gives you that rumble, a low kind of sort of almost like a cat purr comfort to it. And as you dip your hands in and out of it, you notice that actually your hands start to look a little bit nicer, like some of the scars that you've had hair, like if you pour water on them, start to like fade a little bit, and your skin starts to look a little bit younger. And you also, I'm just going to tell this to, like, I'll meta this for everybody. You get the sense that if you spent over an hour in here, that you would really become, I'll just say mechanically, you get the benefit of a spell. I'll also, because Morgana would tell you this eventually, you can only use it once per month. So the pool is here. You can use it. It has the benefits of a greater restoration. Basically, if you spend an hour in the pool, you pick one of the greater restoration effects to recover from. But then you have to wait another month before you can use that particular property of the water again.
Actually, cool question. The wall over here going out to back here, is that glass or is that?
Yes. While we're here, why don't I just describe this for everyone again? Well, actually, I don't think I did it formally. I described the temple a little bit, but this is what all of the spaces around you look like: the bathhouse, the tower, even if you go into the shrine, unless I tell you otherwise. So the walls and floors of all of the buildings are luxuriously appointed with walls and floors of polished stone. The stonework the doors inside, there are wooden doors with carved images of water lilies. Normally the doors that you go through have been unlocked, but they have locks on them, although they're not normally. The windows within the bathhouse and the tower too are finely made glass windows with abstract designs in stained glass. So you can imagine, like on a sunny day, all the patterns of the stained glass pouring onto the stone walls and floor. And all of the areas of bathhouse and tower are filled with bright light during the day, and in the evenings there are lanterns on the grounds and in the buildings. So that's what the temple physically looks like whenever you change rooms.
Okay, so because he's stained glass, he wouldn't just be able to just see Talvar on the other end. Okay.
Yeah, I think this
that-
is actually frosted glass in particular. There's, well, actually, I'll read this out. Not the lounge. Yes. So, a floor of polished white marble surrounds a large central pool of steaming turquoise water in this large open air bath. Stone pillars stand along the outside wall, sculpted with relief carvings of Sune. Between the pillars, frosted windows diffuse the light from outside through the mist that hangs in the air.
Okay, so frosted. Can I do a perception check to see if Clue notices something
Yeah.
moving?
Yeah, you
over
can
there?
see a figure moving would be noted.
Okay, he
Nope.
doesn't notice anything. He's just
Way too into.
relaxing.
Yep. Way too into that. All right. Pool chilling for Clue. Clue in the pool. Mara, that leaves you. What's
Mara has gone ahead and went off in search of a massage.
Oh, sure. Yes. Okay, so when you ask Saith, he tells you that, let me find the right number, number 7, that the treatment room is, where is it? Oh, there it is. Right. Okay, it's over here. It's just off of the pool area here. So if you go into the lobby and ask Saith, he will tell you that you can go in. Oh, right through these doors right here is the treatment area, and you can ask for Ilmar.
Okay. Where's? Can you ping that again?
Sure. It is. Here is the entrance.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So these adjoining chambers to the pool room are dimly lit with shrouded lamps, each furnished with a bed. You can see 2 frames that are tilted and folded into different positions. Shelves on the counters hold an array of perfumes, oils, and lotion. Scented candles also fill the room with a pleasant, invigorating scent. And as you walk in, you are greeted. There's a table there, and a drow male stands up and says, hello, I'm Ilmar. What can I do for you today?
Your best massage, please.
Oh, wonderful. He walks over and kind of like approaches like an appointment book that's between the two of you. Mara, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Hmm. That's persuasion. Is your
Oh.
perception the same? Is it
Uh,
also a
it's
3
plus.
or?
No, it's a +5. There we go.
Oh, well, even better. Okay. As Ilmar leans over the table to pull out, lean over the appointment book and open it up, a gold chain against his skin kind of falls forward, and you recognize this immediately because you've seen Felric wearing the exact same pendant. And if you want to give me a religion check. Damn, girl, how do you know these things? You're not from this plane. Yeah, it's a symbol of Illustra. It's the good drow goddess that, if you remember the discussion, well, I guess you do like remember this discussion with that religion check. Renye and the Harpers were in contact with, or had alliance with, the Elestri worshippers of the Drow because they're both working against the slavery in the Drow Underdark.
Okay.
Yeah, so you notice that. And Ilmar goes, oh, I see. Actually, we've had a cancellation. It's at the end of the day, but I would love to end the day with a massage, 4 o'clock.
Oh, delightful.
Okay, and then is that going to be for 60 or 90 minutes? I see you have the gold pass, so you can have either. Depends on how much time you want to spend on you with your massage.
Ugh, 90 minutes. Yeah, I have knots that have been in this back of mine since Nero didn't know how to play the fiddle.
Great. And do you know if you prefer more of a relaxation kind of Swedish massage? Do you prefer a more of middling massage like Hawaiian, which I guess, I don't know, a Choltian? What is called a Choltian massage?
Mara is
Or-
looking at this drow and going, how do you know what a Hawaiian massage
Yeah,
or
yeah,
a
yeah.
Swedish massage
I was gonna have to
is?
go some kind of like warm tropical island or kind of like something, yeah, not like Swedish. Okay, we're gonna go Chult, a Chultian massage, or you can have more of an aggressive kind of like an adventurous massage where we focus more on muscle tension and really working the muscles on the table. You might be a bit sore the next day, but
Yes,
it will
please,
really
God.
that
muscles,
one. Okay, all right.
I need the knots out of my back.
All right, adventurers massage. Got it. All right, wonderful.
Yeah. Instead of a Swedish massage, it's a Icewind Dalish massage.
Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. Yeah, so you're all booked in. I'll see you at 4.
Mara goes off to go rest in the pool, but it's like on the what the hell am I doing? That isn't me. That's why I can't with that token. And goes over here to like lounge.
Okay. So you had the same experience that Clue had getting into the water, how relaxing it is. Also that you can float in it quite easily, almost like the Dead Sea. So you're not worried about having to swim the whole time. The water kind of helps keep you up, and you're also getting like your skin is really looking radiant and almost glowing from hanging out in this water. All right. So as all this is going on, the elven woman who was running the athletics, all the other participants are like done. They're like they didn't win. Like they stopped, and she's saying, "Oh well, too bad. I guess the potions will have to go to someone else. I'm going to start another round of competitive calisthenics in the next 10 minutes." And she goes around and she basically starts like sort of shouting, "Anyone who wants a chance at winning a free magical potion is welcome to come out in the garden and get some calisthenics in, do some workouts, and really become more healthy, which is why you're all here." All right. So she basically goes and she chant, like town criers this all over that y'all have like 50. She comes over and yells at you, Belvar, as well. comes back. So the three people who were doing it before, they all head straight for the pool. Like they're all right straight into the water after they shower, I should say.
Well, once Salvar knows he's alone and not being observed, he's going to pop Aloysius out of his pocket dimension and start the ritual to change Aloysius's shape into a mouse.
Okay.
Which is going to take me an hour.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so deal with other people and come back to me when roughly an hour's passed.
Okay. All right. So, is anyone going to take her name is, let me find it. There's so many names in here. Alice, Azira, A-Z-I-R, I'm sorry, Azirsa, sorry.
She's Greek.
Whew, yeah, that took me a while. Like, where do I put the emphasis?
Right?
It's A-Z-I-R-S-S-A. Azirsa. It just took me a while to practice.
I just nod Hibara and say in Druidic, still, let's go get those potions, whatever it takes.
What they do?
And the hell if I know, but it's good to have some more magic in us, given there may be some danger around here, and I don't want to be
Maybe. And Hibara walks up to the Azir stuff.
We both do. Like, yo, let's take that lesson. Give us
What's
that.
the potions do?
Oh, well, she kind of points, and there's a little cabinet that's well locked up, and you can see like there's a glyph of warding on it. There's glyphs on it. She said there's a whole array of potions in there. You can draw one out at random. If you don't like it, we can talk about why and see if we can get something a little bit closer to your needs. But it's all in good fun, and as a way to get your heart racing and the blood pumping and be more healthy.
And they don't turn you into a tree.
No, they don't turn you into a tree. Well, I suppose if there's a polymorph, you could probably polymorph into some sort of tree.
Only Hibara would ask about getting
You in the chair.
I
you're in.
take the bait.
I take it she's being completely truthful and honest.
You can do an insight check. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
About what?
I did.
Sorry, I didn't see that. I was looking down at the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't hear.
The
Usually roll
Hibara
20
frickin'
does something.
sees God, like always.
What do you want to know about?
Just the turn it into a tree polymorph potion, all is legitimate and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The potions are on the up and up. If they are messed with, she doesn't know about it. She completely believes that they're all valid or working potions. Looks over at you, Perry, and says, "Come on, get up, you two. Let's see. Let's see how much you can do. You don't gonna be left behind in this competition. Come on."
Yeah. I take it. I'll take it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So there are 3 parts to this endurance test. If you pass all 3, you get your pick of the potions. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Hibara goes over to the steak, takes out the knife and puts it back on the plate. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna have to roll for perception now. Sorry. Because she's got like no stealth about her, Hibara.
Well, I mean, she does, but not at the moment.
You did that right in front of everybody.
Yep.
Where are all my 20s? Where did my 20s go? Can I take them out somewhere?
No, we all took
Oh,
them from you.
yeah, no kidding. Oh, and there's it's just the biggest bowl. Okay, sorry. I'm an idiot. Oh, that's okay. I wanna. I've got it anyway. +1. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'd rather you guys not know. It makes it more fun for me. Fuck with you more. um. Okay, so right. She's like, okay, first thing up is squats. I need you to do 3 sets of continuous squats in the time allowed. So you all can get ready. You can stretch out. You've got a minute to warm up, and then we're going to do these 3 sets of continuous squats. All right. So what are your characters doing to warm up for squats?
Oh, you got to drag her out a little. Just do
You
a
just
couple of laps of the garden.
Okay, you're gonna do a couple laps around the garden. All right. What's Baracus
Habara's
doing?
not doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't think she would.
Well, I was
What's Habara would do?
debating. I was like, do I summon Grizzle or not? I was like, nah, not right now.
All right, Baracus. How does Baracus warm up to do squats?
To do squats, I don't know. I just walk around the garden a little bit, not running, just walking.
Okay.
Power walking.
All right, you're power walking. Your hips are going. You got your shoulders. You're doing the whole loosen it up while you walk. Got it. All right. She's like claps her hand. Come on back. We're ready to start. Okay. So mechanically, the way this is going to work is I need Constitution saving throws or checks from each of you. The first one you have to get a 10 or higher, and the second you have to get a 13 or higher, and on the third you have to get a 16 or higher. But if you fail a check, you make your next check at disadvantage. All right. So let's start. Should we start with Perry? I'll do each of these one at a time. So yeah, go ahead, and Perry starts his continuous squats. Go ahead and give me your first roll, and then your second, and then your third. Need a 10. Yeah, you made the first one. Yeah, made the 10. Next 13. Oh, you made it 13. Next up is an 18 or 16.
This comes out as.
Oh, but
Why did it have to roll over to that?
So Perry, you want to describe how it goes for Perry?
He begins very confident. He gets even more confident, and then he falls flat on his ass.
So Perry's out of this round. All right, next up, Javi. Let's see your 3 checks.
Let's do it.
Yeah, made the 10. 13.
Yeah. 1.
Yeah, we passed it. Now you need a 16.
Yes.
Oh.
Poor performance.
So you want to describe it as well, how it works out for Baracus?
Sure. Start very strong, and I pull I pull a muscle in my leg, and I fall sideways and go like, can I do this again? Peach? Can I get a potion anyway?
All right. So then Hibara's 3. Ooh, just made the 10. 13. Oh no. Okay, so you have to make your next one at disadvantage.
No.
Oh. Hibara, you guys, you want to describe your round of squats?
Yeah, she only lasts about half the time, and then just gives up. Just gives up halfway through.
Just like, eh.
All right, so at the end of that round, I guess that was a tie between Baracus and Perry. So, but Hibara, you can still, she's like, come on, you can still do the rest of them just for pride. Come on, let's keep going. Let's go. Next one up is the tug of war. And she goes over to the awakened tree, and it opens up its mouth, and she like puts in one end of a rope, kind of like ties it and whatever, and it holds on, and walks over and holds out the rope. You have to do, in this case, you're going to be doing athletic checks.
Oh, you did that? And Hibara points at the tree.
Oh, the awakened tree. Oh, I don't know how long it's been here.
Oh, so you
Because-
didn't do that.
It's like, sorry, I'm in the middle of something right now. I'll talk to you later, though. I'm sure. Here, which one of you who's left wants to go first with the tug of war?
Same order, for instance.
Yeah, if you want.
Go for it.
Go on, Perry. So here, in this case, you are looking to make a DC 16 athletics check. Just hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, until a check either fails by 5 or succeeds by 5. So you need to get either over a 21, in which case you win. If you get an 11 or lower, then you lose.
Huh.
So you kind of roll and roll and roll until you get one of those scores. So give it a tug. You're pulling.
Hold on, say that again. You've got to get a 21 to win.
Correct. So it's a DC 16. Can you physically do that?
Very physically cannot do that.
Kabara turns to the lady and says, "Hey, wait before he starts. Can I help him?" Or
Or presumably you need to get a natural 20.
Yeah. She's like, oh, that's okay. What we'll do is, what is your if I dropped it down to a DC 14, could you hit oh, you can hit a 19.
I already hit the 19.
All right. Well, you hit the
he has a
19.
0.
Excellent. So you basically win the tug of war. And the first, you pull it over, and you pull the rope right out of the awakened tree's mouth. She's like, oh, amazing. I didn't think you had it in you, but that's quite impressive.
I didn't
First,
think I had it in me.
well, see, this is what you discover when you come to stay at the Temple of the Restful Lily, a strength that you didn't even know you possessed. All right, now for you. Come on. And she holds out the rope to you, Baracus.
Okay, let's try this.
All right. So yep, you're gonna roll a DC 20 for a strength athletics. Oh nope. No,
Nope.
no, you get first time the tree yanks, and I need to roll a D6 here. It yanks you forward so hard that you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Now it's not like gonna kill you kind of thing. It's more like wounded pride, but still, it's 2 points.
Okay, 2 points down.
Right. And she's like, all right, Perry. So far, you're the only one who's made it past all 2 rounds. So, the last thing to get the potion. Well, Hibara. Well, she was out. Would you like to do tug of war, Hibara, with the tree? She says. Come on, give it a go. You're gonna find your inner strength as well.
Can I use my inner strength?
What do you mean?
My inner strength. Can I use?
And she's like, well, what are you like? Are you a druid or something? You've got sticks in your hair.
I have a stick in my hair, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to wild shape into something to try it to make it a little bit easier? That's fine.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to do that, but I was going to do this. And Hibara grows to be a large creature.
Oh, okay.
So now
Like,
she's
well,
huge.
Yes, well, if you
But she's
would do
fitting
that-
her outfit's normal size.
Yeah,
Now
finally.
she's appropriately dressed.
Yeah, she like has to reach up higher, but she offers you the rope. Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
Great.
All right. So it's a plus. What? Because you're extra strong.
Oh no, it
Is
just gives me advantage.
Oh,
on
okay.
strength stuff.
All right. Yep. So 18. Yep. You're looking for 21
Yep.
or an 11. Yep. So you're in the middle. You're still going back and forth. It's not over yet.
So roll again.
Yep. Keep rolling until you hit either a 21 or an 11.
Ooh.
Oh no. Yep. So you two, like, you get pulled, your huge self. You're not quite used to being this big. Your center of gravity is a little bit different. Gravity's working on you. You get pulled forward as well. And as you land, you go down and take, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yep.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, let me see. Okay, we're still giant.
And she's like, all right, yeah, that's all right. Get back. That's good. That's good. It's good practice. It's good practice. All right. So you're both invited to participate in the chain skipping, but Perry's the one who's currently on the list for the potion. So do you want to go first, Perry, or do you want to defer to your teammates here? All right. So she unfastens the rope from inside the tree, and this time she picks up a really heavy metal chain and puts that in instead. So to do chain skipping, a character must succeed on 3 DC 13 dexterity acrobatics checks. This is representing your attempt to stay on your feet while trying to jump over a heavy metal chain being spun by as Assy. I'm just gonna call her. No, it's not it. Azirsa and the tree. Okay, so if the check fails, then you're knocked off balance. And the DC for your next one becomes a 15. So if the check fails by 5 or more, then there are things that happen. So, yep, you need 3 DC 13. And if you fail on the, if you fail, you get knocked off balance and your next one becomes a 15 to make. All right. So dex saving throws. Yeah, acrobatics, sorry. Wow. Yes. You are just, yeah, you nailed it. Just jumped in the air and did a flip for that one. Another 13. Oh, yep. You landed and managed to hop up. And third one. Yeah, higher than a 13. Or oh no. On the so in that case, you didn't fail by enough, but you did get knocked off balance. So go ahead and get me one more final check to see if you can recover. And this, yeah, you can make a dexterity saving throw to see, or an acrobatics check, whatever you want to do that. Yes. She looks actually slightly annoyed that you won. She looks like, thought for sure I had you at the end, but deal's a deal. Come on over to the cabinet. So, yes.
Upon Perry being declared the winner, Habar shrinks back down normal.
Okay. There's another round you could go again if you wanted to. But where is the... I have to get... Oh, I made a note on this. Oh, Christy, you're an idiot. Had a... Where do they keep all the magic potions tables? Is that in the DMG or the player's manual? It must be in the DMG. Isn't it? Must be. Okay. Yes. Let's see. I need to just go and grab a book. So talk amongst yourselves for a second. Yes. Let's see. I need to just go and grab a book. So talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Oh no.
What? Are you kidding me, Perry?
I just forgot to unmute myself on stream.
Are you?
Oh, okay.
Lord.
That's not.
I understand.
That's not super bad. Though.
Professionalism.
To figure out how to tie that one little OBS button onto the same button as the Zoom. That's all I need to do.
Surely you can map them, can't you?
I can map most of the stuff. It's just whether I could get it to do both OBS and it's just that one button on the audio mixer and Zoom.
Okay. Almost there.
That'll just be a little digging for next time.
Okie dokie. So I'm gonna give you the full set of tables you can roll from. So first of all, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess roll me a D10. Perry can roll a D10.
D10. 6.
6. All right, now roll me a D100.
30.
30. Okay. I just realized that I
Hmm.
fucked that up, but all right, no, that's okay. I got it here. Yes. Okay.
I'll go get it for you.
You pull out the number 30. She kind of digs through the cabinet and she pulls out a vial it's a very thick glass, but the glass is still incredibly transparent. And inside there's a completely transparent liquid. I'm just going to say it. This is what it looks like. This is what it is in my world. She said, now be careful with this. You don't always know what you're going to get when you use it. And she says, you've won a potion of clairvoyance.
I could think of so many fun ways to use that.
Can?
Mostly seeing the future and then seeing the future some more.
So I think I've got it here. Yeah, when you drink this potion, you
He
gain
rolled
the
a 22
effects.
on deception.
Okay. Of covering your intentions. Yes. Oh, apparently an eyeball bobs in the liquid, but no, in mine it's just completely transparent. So you get the effects of the clairvoyance spell by drinking it. You can look that up.
Kabara believes your statement of many uses for this.
So, anyone else want free magic potions?
Definitely.
You
That's
want to
what
go
we're
back again?
here for.
All right.
Is there a way to do it without the silly exercises? That's
Nope.
But that way's just walking out.
Yeah.
Can you distract her while I open the cabinet?
Is anyone else? If I have another round, I know Javi sounds up for it, but anyone else want to have a go?
Mara is currently floating in a pool.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're getting into the whole relaxation thing.
I thought
Okay.
Mara likes a bit of friendly competition.
Chloe's mostly just seeing how long he can hold his breath in this thing.
Okay. All right. I think I am ready now to go back over to Thelvar before I run that. And Javi, you wanna if you're the only person who wants to, is Javi the only one who wants to participate in another round? Going once.
I mean, Habara's not interested in another round
Going
of
twice.
exercises.
All right. If Javi's the only one, then I'm going to say is she'll run it, and because you were willing to, I didn't actually spend time designing these games, but I was hoping we'd do more of this. So you're going to get a potion too, Javi, just for being willing to do it a second time.
There you go. That sounds good. Sounds good.
Mission accomplished.
Yep. All right. Let me get to the right page. I'm looking for the way to, because so I take it, yeah, why don't you go ahead and describe what Thelvar would be doing with Owlicious in Owlicious's new mouse form while I look this up.
Okay. Thalvar closes his eyes, switches to Aloysius's senses, and Aloysius is going to find a way into this temple.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll me I guess it would be investigation because you're looking for a very specific thing. So if I know it's perception gets advantage, but can you have Owlicious roll for do you have Owlicious's chart or the stats?
Ooh, no,
Also,
I
as a
don't.
mouse, he wouldn't get advantage of perception. That's specific.
Oh, right, because he's a different
Okay.
form now. Right. So maybe he gets
Yeah.
an
I
advantage
do
on
think they have it
investigation.
on like smell, but not on vision.
Yeah. Because in this case, we're looking for like an entrance. But if it's got if a mouse also has it, you can for smell, I guess I could make a vision. Why don't we just say perception with smelling for like something that doesn't smell like fresh air? I think we could make it perception check then.
Okie dokie. Let's see if I can quickly pull up a mouse sheet. sure they're gonna have one in here somewhere.
Don't think
Okay. While you're looking that up, I'll
Rat
just read the
exists,
block
but
text. So
Rat.
rat exists, but mouse
Yeah.
doesn't apparently.
Yes.
So
Okay,
the-
okay, let's do it as a rat then.
okay, that works.
That makes it easier.
Yeah. Also more like Mara. Mara is a were rat. I'm not just insulting Mara.
So yeah, advantage on perception checks that
isn't like a
rely on
federal agent, no.
smell.
Okay. So as Owlicious as a rat approaches, what they see is a crumbling stone building that must once have been a beautiful shrine. Engraved engraved images of Sune are still visible on the moss-covered stones, her face gazing down the path by which the faithful would have approached. There are stone doors at the front of the shrine that appear to be sealed shut by some sort of thick, clear resin. A faint inscription is still available above the doors. Do you want to see if you can try to read it?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me another perception to see if you can make out how much you can make out of the worn away inscription.
Classic thing?
Oh yeah, we still have to do a perception check anyway for Owlicious, don't we?
Yeah.
It's probably like okay. Is that like a +2 or something?
+0, but
Oh, okay.
guess,
Oh,
for
because
the-
advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
I take the
So
11.
that's the first one. That's the 11.
Okay.
And to read the text, you get a 17.
All right, yes. It says, you can work it out. It says, welcome, dearest ones. Come find the beauty within you. Above the door. Yeah, so the doors themselves are sealed up with this heavy resin. But after looking around, it's going to take a while. So you're going to have to be like sat out there for much of the afternoon. But eventually, because I'm not going to say, I'll say that eventually Owlicious does find it. It's just the 11 represents how long
How long
took.
it takes. Yeah.
Yes. And it does manage to find a way in a kind of crack that they can squeeze through. When they get inside, what you see is that the interior of the shrine has the appearance of having been abandoned after some sort of terrible confrontation. Must have been years ago by the dust in this place. There are broken benches with shredded cushions. All of it is overgrown with a thick fungus or thick fungi. There are four frames hanging on the walls, but there's shattered mirror bits still hanging on them, and the entire floor, as you kind of walk in, has shattered glass all over the stone floor, covering basically the entire place. And then the other thing that you see in the room is, as Owlicious kind of moves carefully between the pieces of shattered mirror, is a soft white glow that rises up from a square pool set into the floor of the chamber. Torn cushions, rugs, tapestries, and clothing have been piled in one corner, making as a makeshift bed, while twigs and scraps of deadfall form a simple campfire nearby. But at the moment, the room is empty. At least, like looking around, there's nothing in here.
Gonna go and investigate the campfire.
Yes, you can go ahead. Roll me an investigation.
So presumably, as I'm directing, I can use my investigation. So that's an 18.
Yep. Okay. What would you like to know about the campfire?
How recent is it? Any signs of who might have been there?
What you see is the campfire looks like it has been recent. It's sort of like been burned down to just all ash, and other than the campfire and the scraps of deadfall and these sort of makeshift bed things, there's no personal effects that you can find per se. No kind of like store of foods, anything here, just this sort of area that looks like a makeshift bed and this campfire.
So what else could I say? I'm assuming the campfire's at the Star, yeah?
Oh, all right. I actually I don't know why they put that star there. I have to look look on the map. See, I think that's the pool. That's what the pool. That's the pool that I mentioned with the soft
Uh-huh.
glow. So that's the pool there, and then the campfire would probably be over by the broken things.
Okay,
somewhere.
gonna head over and investigate the pool then.
Okay. Ugh, went too far. All right. Yep, there is. Well, you see, now that you're looking into the pool, you can see figures now moving in the water.
Okay, can I make out the figures?
What is your rat's vision like?
Um, well, their passive perception is a 10.
Yeah, but you're not passively perceiving this. You're trying to look into the pool.
Well, they've got 30-foot dark vision, passive perception 10, no bonus to their wisdom perception.
All right. So I would say because you're trying to look through water.
Wouldn't that be investigation and not perception?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're looking closely at something. That's a good point. I think what you can do is roll investigation with disadvantage because you're having to look through water.
I mean, the question is it trying to look through the water and trying to see something, or is it trying to actively manipulate things? Because investigation is like actively trying to figure it out. If you're just looking at something, even if it's through something, it would still just be perception.
Well, if you're looking for a secret door, you're not necessarily. You can be just looking with your eyes very intensely, trying to find, distinguish it. So.
Yeah, but that's like looking for like small pieces of cracks or anything that indicates a door, not just being able to visually see a thing.
Yeah, I think perception and investigation are kind of there's a little bit of overlap there. So what I'll say is I'll let you choose perception or investigation, but I still think because it's you've got the dark vision, but that doesn't necessarily help you with the surface of the water, and trying to see something in a dark room already. And you're trying to make out basically gray and black against darker grays and blacks. So.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, you can tell it's go ahead and all right, let me pick the DC for this. All right. You went to school at the university in Neverwinter, so I'm going to let you roll Arcana, or I guess probably Arcana is the best. You can do history too if you want to treat that like what you learned in school.
I've rolled that at disadvantage, but it's a 15.
Yeah. Let's see. There is a creature down there that it's too amorphous. There's two creatures down there is what you can see. One is too amorphous for you to place. Maybe it's the rippling on the water or the fact that it's just its body shape, the shadows don't make sense. But the other one you're pretty sure is a water weird.
Interesting. So I'm gonna back away from the pool. I see stairs on the map.
Oh, those are the stairs to get into the shrine. For the faithful to come in. There's no. Oh, is there a lower? Hold on, let me check. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a basement.
Yeah, because the doors to get in are here and right here by the pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Where the pool is, actually, that's in the basement. I just got the numbers wrong. So, yeah, I can take you over there. I think this will work. Does that work? Oh, what do I have to drag again? I forget. I always forget how to do this. Oh, is it your name? It's your name thing, isn't it? Hold on. I don't know how to. Okay, everyone, we're just going over the map. We're just going over the other map because I can't be bothered to do this one at a time or figure it out on the fly. So
It's fine. I
that
can't see anything
this
in
is
this new map.
right. That's the sorry. Of course
Hello,
it's
darkness, my old
yeah.
friend.
Turn off. Yeah. Hold on. I have to do something before I can show you.
Yeah, hide anything that I shouldn't be able to see straight off.
Yeah, I shouldn't see. Yes. Exactly. That's why I'm actually a bit thankful for dynamic lighting today. All right, but I'm now going to turn it off. Dynamic lighting off. Daylight mode. Oh, no, I want daylight mode on, and there we go.
It's still black currently.
Okay, is it coming through?
I see darkness and I see rain.
All right.
Keep me load real quick and see if that changes anything.
How about this? Yay, that worked. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yep.
Nope.
So this,
I have vision.
yeah,
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah.
and
So
there's
this
the
is
campfire as well.
yes, that makes so much more sense now, doesn't it? So I just was looking at text blocks. So
That's
it
okay.
don't say where it's. It doesn't say. It doesn't even tell me what the big star is. Oh, here it is. Okay, grime encrusted statue of Sune stands along the far wall. This expression might once have suggested smiling laughter, but streaks of dirt now make it appear as though she's weeping. And behind the statue, a staircase. Why don't you write that in the text blocks? Why that should be in the text? What the fuck? That's just
Yeah.
basically exposition.
Yeah.
Behind a statue, a staircase descends into darkness.
And down in the basement is the campfire and pool.
Yes.
I don't know why you would go into a basement. I feel like that's like horror movie 101.
Well, I
just
mean,
like
it's
you
not like
said,
it's
you're
filled with
familiar
mannequin.
there, yeah. Because like it's a familiar type, you can just resummon it. It's like the safest way to go down into a basement.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, so
All right, back on the other map.
Yep, because yeah, I think I'll be recalling Aloysius now. I've explored both floors. I've seen the statue. I've seen the campfire and the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got the information I need.
Okay. Very good. Intrepid detective. Okay, so people are chilling. Oh, Javi, you get a free potion.
Yeah.
You do. So I actually didn't need you to. I don't need you to roll twice so many times because there's actually like a potion table that I should have been using. And of course, I closed the bloody. Oh, here it is again. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a D100.
D100 coming through. Whoop. There you go.
All right, 52. Ooh. Yes. All right. Again, she's really ticked off that she has to pay out. She goes over and she pulls out. This time it looks almost like a beer stein, but like a bitty beer stein. And it's got, instead of it being like an open mug thing, it's got a sort of a cap on the top. And she hands it to you and she says, you've just won a potion of frost giant strength.
Awesome.
You can
Yeah.
always
Thank
give it
you.
to Mara. She is full of rage.
No, you don't have to give it to anybody.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it, just
Yeah.
in case something happens.
Yeah,
We'll
so-
I.e., you could always give it to Mara. She is full of rage and is also the barbarian of the group.
Wood should actually have a higher strength set, so the potion does less.
All right. So, oh, by the way, Javi, if you go into, the area where the numbers, the chat area where it comes up, if you go to the fourth icon at the top, which is an I, and it says 5th edition, I bought into all of the compendiums. So if you type in, I think potion of frost giant strength should be in there.
Let me see.
Yeah, and that way, you could actually hopefully just look it up right there in the compendium and maybe even
How you
drag
spell
it.
it?
A potion of it's just a frost, 2 words. Frost giant strength. Is it not coming up? Oh, maybe it's in a special book I don't have yet. Otherwise, you have to get it online. But I can give you the
We got-
deets.
I think
have
it's
it.
actually technically
It's,
like a sub
30.
of.
It's 23.
Yeah, you just need to look up potion of giant strength. It's
Oh,
actually it's a sub
okay.
portion of that.
Oh, okay.
Frost
So
Also-
it's
giant
giants,
strength is
hill
like-
giant, frost giant. Okay, I see.
Yep.
that. Very
At
nice.
some point, I really want access to either a
Right.
cloud or a storm giant.
Well, you live in Waterdeep. They sell that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to
Cloud
buy
and
it.
Storm giant, no. Like
Ew.
that shit's
Huh?
fucking
get
expensive. Those are
20.
very rare and legendary items.
Yes,
Don't find them
like
in
I said,
random
I
shops.
don't want to buy it. I want to win it. Give me things.
It's very black
Wouldn't you have
market.
her-
Clue could set you up.
Wouldn't you rather have a belt so it's like permanent?
I mean, do you have belts of
There are
storm?
there are belts of frost. I'm sure. Oh, storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Because you have the gauntlets of ogre strength and you have belts.
I'm pretty sure.
Giant? Yeah, I guess they would go up. Yeah, you do have those. But again, from like
Yeah.
Cloud Giant, like they started rare. And like the last two are fucking both legendary. You don't just
Yeah.
like find them lying around. No.
And if you tried to buy that, that's all Yomon is.
I mean, if you try to buy that, you already need to go to a quest to find a guy to sell it.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like I'm not gonna be going on the quest to get my lightsaber.
Yeah, you are. I've got that planned. I know.
I
Exactly
know
where
you
it
got
is.
that plan. I'm just saying, if I choose to get the belt or
Oh,
the
okay.
potion, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be going on the other thing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So getting back to So those were the organized things I had planned. Now it's a sandbox. So I'm gonna. What do you all want to do?
So
Yeah.
Perry did not eat any of the steak or drink any of the wine, right? Okay. Then Ibarra's going to pick up the plate with the steak and the wine bottle in one hand, in the other hand, and going to take it. And as soon as she comes into the pool area, is Clue underwater?
I mean, he's like going underwater and coming out of the water. Like he can't hold his breath for like 15 minutes. That is still
Okay.
limited.
So let's see because Clue is closer to the door. So, what should we roll, Christy, to find out if if Clue is under the water or above the water when Habara
I
comes
think-
in?
50-50, just like even odds on a D4 on any D. Odds he's under the water.
Okay,
No,
so even he's
above
above.
water.
Okay, well then, since he's closest, gonna come to the edge of the pool.
Let's just go somewhere. Hey, Bara, how you doing?
Hey, do you want this steak or wine?
I mean, yes. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
She puts them both on the edge of the pool.
Quick question: is the knife with the steak or?
Yes, the knife is with the steak. It's got all the utensils on the plate. She didn't bring him a cup though.
Clue is just like hoisting stuff. I mean, at this point, there's like other people in this bath as well, right?
Oh yeah. There's like at least 8 other guests, and let's say there's like some halflings that are kind of hanging out wearing sunglasses at one end of the pool and like kind of keeping to themselves, and floating around with you. And that sweaty dwarf is also floating around the pool, and you kind of notice their hair looks really really weird, like they're trying to swim with a wig on.
Yeah. I mean, Clue is just kind of sitting there with like a steak and like a bottle of wine, like it's next to the pool, and just like, am I gonna just like eat steak and drink wine out of the bottle at the side of a pool?
Yes.
And let's see if Clue has basic human decency. He does not. He just like kind of props him up at the edge of the bath, just started eating his steak and starts drinking the wine. Doesn't give a shit. I mean, I assume I need to do a con check for the wine he's drinking. Like,
Well, how much are you drinking? I mean,
you
she
she
drink the whole
gave him
bottle?
a bottle. I mean,
Yeah, she just gave him the bottle. She didn't bring no cup.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we just
Go-
learned that Clue has
like, I mean, you
no
give somebody a
self-control.
bottle, you're gonna drink the bottle. I mean, it's
Okay.
basic decency.
I mean, it's a red. It'll probably. It's all right. Okay, go ahead and give me a con save. Also, you're in a pool, which is a little bit heated, and you've been sweating, so you're a bit dehydrated since you've been in here for a while. So do it at disadvantage.
Gonna go great.
Oh, I'm sorry, regular. So much
Clue
for
is out for
me.
the day. Clue's currently on in a happy cloud of a meat haze with a dose of wine on top. And
I mean, that's
hang
what
out
they
and-
call a good fucking vacation.
Mara's just watching this happen and trying really hard not to like slip under the water because she is laughing so hard.
Javi, do you want to swim for a bit too?
Yeah, I'm super curious about what the round building at the top right is.
Oh, okay. You want to head it out for a little bit of a walk?
Sure.
So you can take your token and you can kind of go.
Yep. There, right?
Yeah. So as you walk out the back, you recognize Thelvar, who you met in the guest area. Seems to be kind of like deep meditation under a tree. Like if this world had a Buddha in it, you would be reminded of that, but it doesn't. So you aren't. But it does say it's like, oh, it reminds you something, but you don't know what. And yeah, the tower you walk up to it and it looks like a 3-story round tower building.
Okay, let's get right in.
Yep. What would you like to do? There's a wooden door entrance.
Sure, let's try the legal entrance first.
Go ahead and I guess you reach out and try to turn the knob and it is locked.
It is locked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try and reach a window, see what's in it.
As you do this, you hear a voice. Thelvar, you hear someone moving around. Saith, once again, this comes out and goes, "Oh, excuse me. I don't want to disturb you, but those are the private residence of staff. That's not a guest area. The guest area is all in the spa building and the grounds, of course. But those are our private living quarters. We don't allow guests there. But you're welcome anywhere else. Oh, of course, the shrine, you can't go there because it's dangerous. But the building and the grounds are free for you to explore."
Okay. I you want to try some mushrooms?
You're gonna get high on the job.
All right, yeah. You're gonna roll.
I found these over there. Maybe.
All right,
What
I'm
do you
gonna.
need to roll?
You want to eat this
Yeah.
stuff I just found on the ground?
All right, tell you what. Go ahead. You're gonna roll. He's working, so you're gonna roll at disadvantage. But roll me persuasion. If you manage at disadvantage to get a 15, we'll see what happens. 15 or higher.
Okay.
It's not easy. You're trying to convince a guy at work.
Oh, if that would have been an advantage, it would have been great.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, that's such a nice offer. Unfortunately, my bosses would definitely notice. But maybe after 10 o'clock. So if you go around the back, he says he kind of because he come and walk with me a little bit. He walks around over and points out, there is like, I don't know if that looks like a
Window, I believe.
that's a window. He's like, yeah, if you come knock on this window later on tonight, I'll let you in the front door. He kind of takes you around here and shows you, his window. And yeah, do you want to have a kind of like a little look around?
Sure.
So, yeah, roll me a perception check to see how much you can see through the windows. They are very well kept. Yep, 16. So the windows themselves have been cleaned. Like, they're not dusty at all. And so, 14. Yeah, you can see that it's a really luxurious room. It has a large bed covered with really, it looks like silk sheets. There's a wardrobe and a dresser with a mirror that stands against the wall too. It looks like a, like a really comfy bedroom.
Well, either this is a really fine utopian place, or these are too luxurious for being employee suites.
Oh, I'm not an
I mean,
employee. I'm management. I mean, the owners, the three sisters own this place, but I'm sort of the general manager, which is why I'm allowed to stay on site. I'm needed 24 hours a day. It's it's nice to sleep in a nice bed for 8 hours, but honestly, most of the time I'm not in my room. I don't get to enjoy it.
That seems odd.
Oh, well, I'm not looking to be here forever. This is a temporary gig until I can find my own business. But it's good to see how it operates, how to run things, get direct experience before I put my money, at risk doing my own thing. They're not actually that nice to work with, these ladies, but they do work with a really elite clientele who might be good clients for me someday. So
Okay. So yeah, off we go.
yeah, head back to the main
Nothing
building.
to see here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try and I don't know if I could distract this employee somehow and get to the shrine, but nah, I'm gonna take another detour to see these. If there's something around this garden area over here.
Okay. You can
Hey,
roll.
How new
Yes.
are you, Avi?
Huh?
You're super new at this, right?
Yeah.
You know you can turn into animals, right?
No.
Oh yeah,
You're
you
a
want to?
druid.
Yeah. Explain this
Yeah.
to Javi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the
Yeah,
mythic
you,
you
you,
have them.
you could just turn into animals. You could just wait for him to like leave and then be a lizard. That's like Habara's main go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, help
Habara is the
walk him through
queen of
that.
lizards.
We're here. Yeah, it's a training course as well as a. So yeah, explain how it all works.
Yeah, up to twice a day, you can just turn into any animal that you have ever seen.
I
And
mean, it means also below a certain CR as well. So if
yeah,
like they can't do
I'll
like
But
bears
he's
or
8th
stuff yet.
level,
here's
so
Yeah, but
here's a
it's
Google Doc with
unless
just the
you
list of
have
all the
like
animals.
Druid of the Moon, like actually surprisingly enough, like you can become like a bounty or like really high level.
yes, yeah. Till actually, I think it's 9th or something, but it's like
No,
half
8th.
your CR, isn't it?
8th is
yeah,
when
it's
normally
you
it's
cap
the
out.
table.
Yeah, it goes to caps out. Yeah, too. But you're not going to be as subtle as a bear, so he's not probably going to go like or a dire wolf. You're looking at like sparrows, squirrels, and
Well, I mean, 8 also is the limit for flying
Mhm.
animals.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, like there's a list of all the animals in a Google Doc. I use
Yeah.
it because it's all very handy.
Most of them are giant.
Yeah,
Gi-
well,
eagle,
yeah,
giant hyena, giant octopus.
are they done by CRs?
yeah. Well, it's separated by
High
level, and then it lists the CR. So
Okay,
you're
so the
level 8, you
CR
can
is the challenge rating, and you'd want something pretty low, like how Belvar had his companion turn into a rat.
I
That would
mean,
be very easy
it's
for you
not
to
as
do.
much about low CR as much it is about something that's subtle. Which higher CR things are tend to be less subtle. Like giant bat slightly less subtle than normal bat.
Yes, yes. So what's a subtle animal that Baracus would have come across in his travels?
A
I mean,
puppy.
it's
Woodland animals.
still daylight, right?
Yeah, sure, but I mean, if no one's around, you can wild shape behind a tree just like you would change into a swimsuit. It's fine.
Okay, I want to turn into a bat so I can fly to the 3rd floor, maybe.
Can he fly at that stage? Sorry, there's
Yes.
one thing on
8th level
flight.
you
level
can
8.
fly, yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
You can be a
Okay, you're
bat.
gonna be a bat in the middle of the day.
No
I
one
mean, it might be
notices
better to be
that.
a hawk, probably.
I mean, I don't have like the regular bat schedule because it's not a bat.
I
So-
mean, he
Okay,
can be
that
like a
could be a
fruit
bat.
bat. Those are
Sure.
diurnal.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's about the schedule they pick. No, it's not like
All right.
they're like
Yeah,
really
fair enough.
nice.
Okay. Yep. You wild shape. So you take one of your wild shape abilities for the day and you turn into a bat.
Okay.
So, by the way, one of the things that we talk about is metagaming. So, like, Thelvar knows a bunch of stuff about the shrine, but nobody else's character knows any about it. You're going to learn something about this tower, but no one else's character is going to know about it. And in order for them to learn about it, you have to talk about it in character as your character. So just to kind of set this up, that at some point y'all are going to have to share information, which you're not always good at, but it's going to be important.
We're never gonna share information. It's gonna bite us in the ass.
Yep, that's true. All right, so you are
Yep.
now Bat, Javi.
Yep.
You can kind of like make your little bat jump and hop in the air, and your leathery wings carry you up. What would you like to do?
Hop onto the roof and
Mhm.
take it, from the roof down, I guess.
Oh, okay. And you want to sort of hang in and look into a window? Is that
Yeah,
the idea? All right.
the
Let me take
highest
you back.
window, or
Yeah.
getting in between the tiles, or
Okay.
whatever.
I will say that yeah, like you can hang off of the eaves and look down into the windows of this third floor if you want. What you see when you look inside there is it looks like it should have been an elegant bedroom, but it's long ago been soiled and ruined. There are murals on the wall. Can you roll me a religion check, please?
Here it goes.
All right. You're not sure. You don't recognize the face but it seems to be a woman's face. But
Mhm.
it's been that line the walls, but it's all been like covered up with filth and dirt. There are 3 beds that lying on the floor, covered in moldy blankets, animal fur, and one topped by a canopy of giant bones. You can also see crates scattered around the room like furniture. And you also see bits of like broken weapons, moldering clothing, and other odd objects.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When you said giant bones, do you mean the bones were large or that there was a lot of them?
Now the canopy itself is a giant canopy made up of bones.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay,
that that's this thing right here.
Probably.
Yeah,
that's very
probably.
sinister. Very sinister. I need to check for an ingress point, I guess, and turn my ship into ship. I can turn
Yeah.
into myself while inside, right?
Well, in this case, all of the windows are like closed. There's nothing in here. There's no open windows. They're all shut, and they look like they close from the inside.
Okay, so s- just fly to the second floor, see if I'm luckier.
All right. So what are you gonna do for the second floor?
Hang into maybe this window here.
Okay. So this side, there's only one side that has windows.
Yeah.
Right. So when you look into, see, that must be. Hold on. Oh yes. Okay. There's something was covered up. Okay. So what you see is a well-used kitchen. 3 tables stand in the room. One seems to be covered in various vegetables and strange-looking cuts of meat. You see a wooden stove burning brightly against the far wall. Also, you see a statue of a winged elf that stands in the corner, its face carved into an open mouthed smile. And as you watch, you see this elderly dwarf standing before the stove. He's trying to lift the heavy iron pot, but he's just trembling, trying to lift this heavy iron pot. And you can see that it's just beyond him. He's really struggling to do it.
Okay. So no ingress points at this level either, right?
New.
It's very, very airtight, this place. Mm, nobody left an open window. I mean, that kitchen needs to have like a vent or something, right? Like a needs to have like an air outtake, like
I appreciate. I can't negotiate with a pre-written campaign, so I mean, I like. Yes, in this case, there's maybe the stove is a pipe out, but there's nothing in here honestly about like a chimney or if you went down the chimney right now, you'd go into this open stove anyway. So there's a little must probably airflow, but no, the windows, everything here is shut up tight.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's check it then. And no ingress points on the ground floor either. So
Correct.
okay, so there's no way to get in there unless
But if
I.
you want to have a look inside, I can tell you what you see.
Yeah, definitely. Let's.
Okay. Which side would you pick first? That side?
Yeah, sure.
So you see a room which has an oversized chair. There are very heavy curtains on this level that kind of cover the wall, but you're able to kind of like peek a bit through the cracks. And what you see besides that oversized chair is a large ornate wooden chest. Also, the room, even though it's the middle of the day, it has a magical glowing light that seems to actually like it's not firelight, and it's not like a magic candle or a magic torch. There just seems to be another kind of magical light illuminating the room.
Okay, definitely here live monsters. All right, fair enough. Okay. I don't know if I don't want to overextend my turn, but
Oh, you've got 2 hours, I think,
okay.
as in your shape.
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, your
Half
level
your
is
level.
higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if I fly over to the shrine maybe and try and get in.
That too, again, like they've got resin around the windows and doors. I don't know if you remember from before. You can kind of peek in the window on the ground level and you would see similar to what Thelvar's Owlicious saw, which is the interior of the shrine. It looks like it was abandoned. There are broken benches, shredded cushions overgrown with thick fungi, 4 large mirror, like hanging mirror frames. All right, they don't have the word frames here. They say 4 large mirrors hang from the wall that have been shattered. I'm like, well, then they're not hanging from the wall, are they? And then this massive you recognize the massive statue that is covered in grime is the same face that you recognize from the 3rd level of the tower.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you also see there's a staircase that leads somewhere behind the statue.
Well, I tried to find an ingress point somehow. Sides, fly around the building and see if there's
Okay. If you get in, you would see all the same things Thelvar saw.
Yeah. Okay.
So I literally don't have anything else to add to you for you at this point.
Okay.
So,
Then let me see if I can sneak into more places now that I'm in bad shape.
I unfortunately there's just the 3 buildings. So I mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, back to my regular shape, I suppose.
okay. Alrighty, dighty. So yeah, so Javi does that.
There you go. That was a lot. Sorry.
It's okay. Tend to be a bit more individual players. this group.
Okay, so Aloysius should have returned to Thelvar by now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he comes in and just hops into the robe, the pocket of the robe, and then Thelvar opens his eyes, stands up, and he's gonna go in search of his companions.
All right. Do you want to roll me a
Notices-
perception check?
Okie dokie. Perception. 11.
You swore you saw a bat, but that's just weird given the time of day it was. So it must have just been the sun playing a trick on some other bird with your eyes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So where you go?
Thelvar comes in, thinks he recalls Clue saying about visiting the pool, so Thelvar's gonna head back there.
All right. So if people want to chill out, I'm gonna say that you guys are like, well, yes, okay, you can go chill out in the pool. Javi, what would you do after you're
I
scurrying
guess
around?
I'll spring into human form or the Tefling form safely and join everybody else in the pool to share my information, basically.
Oh, okay, well, hold on to that. Perry, Hibara, what are you two doing?
Ibarra had been at the pool, remember? She gave the
Oh,
stick
right,
to-
sorry. That's
It's
right. She got, okay.
Perry and
He's
Mara
just been
have not done
hanging out
anything
as
for a
he's
while.
just like drinking it, I guess.
Okay. And Perry?
was going to ask the elf if they have archery competitions.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have them, but I could talk to the owners and make some arrangements. We could perhaps arrange something for you for tomorrow. I don't know if any of the other guests would be interested in participating, but we can go fetch some things from Waterdeep if that would be enjoyable for you.
I think that would be.
Oh, I'll make the arrangements with our Waterdeep assistant and have everything for you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Very good. And after that?
You'd go to the pool, see what's happening.
Okay. All right. So is everyone in the pool now?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the pool, but yes.
Okay, you're not in the pool. All right. I know that sometimes Habara does random things when I'm not looking. So if you get into the pool, let me know. Not
Okay.
anyone else. I don't care if anyone else gets in and out of the pool. I need to know if you get in or out of the pool.
Well, let me think. So it's been a couple minutes of just watching Clue devour the state.
And drinking
So
wine, knocking it
I
back.
guess she would have. Yeah, I guess she would have just put her feet in. Not like get in proper, but just sit on the edge with her feet in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Soaking feet in the pool.
All right, so yes, at this point, the other guests have used the pool a lot. They've been here longer than you have. It's kind of the novelty is worn off, and so as you look around, yeah, you notice that you're all in the pool area alone. The other guests seem to be like hanging out in the garden or have disappeared off into the treatment room or walked out the back door or whatever. But it just happens to be your party and this new guy.
Oh man, guys, the wine here is really fucking good.
You drank it all?
I mean, almost all of it. Just give me a second. Just like chug the last bit of it.
Very Clue.
Clue, how many fingers am I holding up? Mara has 4 fingers.
I mean, you're pretty far away. You're like across the pool. Like, I mean, I can't see that far, you know.
Maybe
And
we
the
should get
mount-
Clue glasses.
I have great eyes. It's just like 30 feet and your hands aren't that big.
Mm-hmm. Excuses.
Mara, would you mind coming and joining us, please?
Do I have to?
Clue just like slips his head just slips on the water for a second. For like just coming back. Yep. I'm here.
Mara like straight up like freestyles. And like the second she gets over to them, she's like, all I do is free. All I do is swim free. And just kind of giggles to herself.
Y'all are pretty brave, Habara says as she, I don't know, what's it called? I guess it's just kicking, yeah, as she kicks her feet a little bit.
Just nice hot water. Feels great.
Well, I'm surprised you'd want to go all the way in.
You don't want to see me dive to the bottom?
Oh,
I'll do it.
not. I'm. No, I don't. Well, okay. I'm not sure there is a
He's gonna
bottom.
dive to the bottom.
Could we postpone the horseplay for a moment? I have some important things to discuss. Quickly looks around, make sure there's no one else in earshot. I think we need to be extra careful here, team.
Yeah, I don't think this is here.
I mean, Thelpa, if you really wanted to be careful, you would have had to be here like a bottle of wine ago, to be entirely honest.
You're going to need to be, because they claim this to be a temple to Sune. Only out back there is an abandoned, rundown temple to Sune, and the statue is in not very good shape, and there's a pool down the bottom that it's got a couple of creatures in it. The one was a water weird. I'm not sure what the other one is. But I mean, come on, a temple to Sune, run down and dirty. That's not going to happen. Not for a goddess of beauty.
Why wouldn't they just get a new one?
I mean,
Like
I
this
assume,
one.
Yeah, I assume this is like the new temple. They just haven't properly broken down the old one yet.
That's not how temples work.
I mean, yeah, it's weirdly
Exactly.
neglectful, but
Well,
Exactly.
I suspect we're not guests here, that we're food.
I mean, we're,
Food?
we're customers.
Yeah, I don't think so. There is this tower that has like this huge pile of bones on the third floor, and this very busy seems to be enslaved cook working on the second, and this mysterious magical room on the first that seems a bit odd to be the employee's house, but some sort of operation.
I mean, did you check if they were like real bones? Because they might also just, like gothic decor, like our bar has like some fake bones in. I'm pretty sure.
That glow didn't look any natural.
Aren't we here to find someone who got murdered?
Kidnapped, not murdered. They might be alive.
They might be someone. They might be food at this point.
Yes,
It may even be poop this time.
Possibly, sure.
I like you. We're keeping you.
Yes, all we know is they came here.
People.
But yes, all we know is they came here and haven't been seen since. So
I thought it was one of the owners.
Yes,
We've seen the three owners, right? I mean, the calisthenics lady came over here. I don't.
Well, three people claim to work for the owner. We haven't actually seen the owner. We've seen the receptionist.
I mean, don't the elf sisters own this place together? I thought.
The elf sisters aren't the person whose name I've forgotten that we were told to.
Oh, but those were
find
the owners,
who was
right? Like the one, I think the calisthenics was one of the owners.
They may have claimed to be one of the owners, but they're not the person that's supposed to be the owner.
I'm pretty sure they were people in the brochure.
At that moment,
the person we're looking for is the owner.
Yes, the person we're supposed to be looking for who's disappeared was the owner, yet we've got people claiming to be the owner, and they're not the person we're looking for.
The double doors at this moment swing open, and a tall, thin moon elf, so her skin is like almost, it's so pale it has a bluish tint to it, walks in. She, well, basically she's like the front of this game. She's dressed magnificently and carries a fan. She's got long purple robes that hang down. Her sleeves, kind of very tightly cover her, or cup her arms. And there's little, who's making a, sorry, someone's flicking something, sorry. There's a gold filigree that edges along the border of her garments. And she says, "Oh, just the people I was looking for. Thero, why don't you go and have a dip in the pool? I have to talk to our new guests." And she's behind her is, sorry, someone's doing something that is like a ticking, I can hear it, is the impersonator drow that you all recognize from the drama earlier, but they've changed. They look buff. Like they've got guns now and probably abs, and their legs are all kind of bulked up, and they just look really, really satisfied. And sort of like he nods and just like throws off his robe to his, little French Speedo swimsuit, and just gets in the water, and he goes to the other side, like over by the window, to float over there. He grabs like one of those floaty string things and goes over and like floats in the pool.
Okay, good, Relaxo. Woo!
What? Should we roll something to recognize him with this level of transformation?
Oh, his face looks the same. His hair, it's just body. It looks like from yesterday. It looks like he's like worked out for an action movie in the time since you saw him.
Can Mara please react?
You can react however you want. I just described what you see.
Mara looks at him and goes, "Hello, nurse."
He gives a wink at you and smiles. Pearly white teeth, like
And
Hollywood
then
teeth.
Mara then frowns and goes, "You're not Joe Axel!"
He looks bad. He likes to swims away.
Protect her to the throne!
Mara, please don't shout next to me. Not the
It's not my
time.
fault, you're... And then right in Clue's ear. Not my fault, you're drunk!
Your fault and I'm in pain.
Well,
Okay, really, who is the fucker?
he's an honored guest, as you all are. Hello, I'm Morgana. I normally do an induction, but we had a treatment appointment I couldn't cancel on our guest. But I would like to personally welcome you to the Temple of the Restful Lily. I hope you're all enjoying your stay here. Barakas?
Indeed.
Yes?
It's very, very
Lord
pleasant.
Delvar?
place.
Honored to meet you, Lord Delvar, Lord Mordegrain. And she gives you like a little curtsy. Always wonderful to have the nobility come to our humble establishment. Even if it is not the top nobility, still any nobility is an honor.
Shade.
Yes. I suppose I know nothing compared to the infamous pirate king of Luskan.
Oh, I know some of our guests do like to take on an alias from time to time to protect their anonymity.
They shouldn't lie.
Oh, but I'd like to welcome you all to the Temple of the Restful Lily. It's a wonderful building. I don't know if you know the history of our establishment. And she sort of settles down on the steps next to you, but arranges herself in very much like she's posing for a photo shoot kind of way, very self-consciously arranging herself in a sort of way that she knows will look good. Sorry, I've got to say, someone is clicking something. I don't know who that is, but please don't. Or mute yourself. You can do it if you mute yourself. That's fine.
Sounds like someone's playing with a Zippo.
That's what I said.
Possibly.
And I suspect it's Yavi.
So it's okay. Just mute yourself, Javi. Yes, she says, well,
Wait, Christy, what time is it? What time is it in the world of that we're playing it?
at this point, it's probably about 3:30. So you've got a half an hour until your appointment next door.
Mara, like, glares at her. She's like, "You're gonna give us a lecture or some kind of bullshit, so make it quick."
Mara,
Yeah,
no need for that.
Yeah,
Got
just
somewhere
let
to
the
go?
lady do her thing.
I have a massage. I have
Oh.
knots
Well.
the size of Texas in the
Not
back.
a hot date.
Oh,
I
fuck
would have a hot
Texas.
date, but this fucker over here is a liar, and she gives him the bird.
Says if you need to leave for your appointment, please go ahead. You can relax in the waiting room with the aromatic candles that we have set up, if that would make you less stressed. We're just here to help you relax and
Okay, will you
bring
cut
out
it
your
with the
inner
customer
beauty.
service voice? It's creeping me out.
This shrine was originally, well, for hundreds of years before we came here, was
So
natural.
you didn't make the trade either.
Sorry?
You didn't make the
big difference.
trade.
The tree in the garden. Oh,
Yes.
that was here when we arrived. So this glade was abound with fey magic and unknown until Silvare Silversong came upon it in her search for something beautiful to Sune, and she enjoyed the fey magic, this place, and thought it would be a wonderful place to build a shrine. And she did. She turned it into the start of what is currently the Temple of the Restful Lily. About, I guess it'd be 10 years ago now. My sisters and I came to stay here, and we just loved it so much. We just didn't really ever want to leave, and managed to convince Silvare to let us take over and to let her go out in the world and find another adventure. But since then, we've really expanded on the place and turned it into a place where the elite and the wealthy, those who work hard and want to rest hard, can come and relax.
I feel
And
like, sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
If Mara has like a vein throbbing, Ryder has a vein throbbing in her forehead. I feel like you just contradicted yourself. You contradicted yourself there, because I mean, I don't really classify or really compare they don't go hand in hand. The wealthy and the well off with hard workers. They
Oh,
tend
okay.
to be the ones who cause the misery and the hard work, so to speak.
I see your point.
Just like the
Speaking-
most like. First of all, can I do a insight on the entire? We convinced her like
Yeah,
put
yeah.
our stake in her.
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll insight.
You were drunk.
I am. Oh, inaccurate. Yeah, Cole just fucking believes her.
Yeah.
Nope, all above board.
She comes across as such an honest person.
I mean, she's
honest-
hot. Like that's like the main reason he believes her.
Yeah,
But
same
you're
My character has a hard time believing her.
you want to roll insight as well to see if you can get a sense if she's lying to you or being truthful.
Let's try, but it's
Yeah,
something
go ahead.
fishy here.
Nope.
Yeah.
You believe her.
Like
That-
there's,
You
know
rolled
there's something
significantly better, but it did not help.
you know that there's something funky going on here, but right now she doesn't seem to be trying to lie to you. On a 13. Let me check. On a 13. Get out my dice again. And look something up again.
It's like something that is so evidently a sales pitch.
Yes, well, I'm gonna have to so you rolled that obviously when Clue got a 1. I didn't have to roll just to make a check against that. I'm sorry, I have to do things alphabetically.
Yeah,
And so yours is a
technically
little
my
bit
one
higher.
is still a 10, so
So
a lot of
okay,
people
I
can
need to
actually
get
very
there.
easily fail against my one.
I need to get there. All right. 13. Yeah, she's hiding something. With a 13, you're like you can't tell exactly when she started lying, but something about it just isn't the whole truth. If and see, Mara, yeah, you're too mad at her to figure out if you're just still pissed off about that classist bullshit.
Okay, good.
Perry's not going to roll insight because Perry's too busy admiring the attire.
All right. Yeah,
gotta
she
love
does
that-
look magnificent. Yeah.
Gotta love Perry.
The way the gold thread just sort of like sparkles against the deep purple velvet, it's just chef's kiss. So you are, of course, our most valued guests. And also, from what I understand, some of us here are quite the heroes of Waterdeep.
Oh, you. Flatter me more.
Yes. Well, we get the local papers, Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and of course, once you cross the doorstep, our staff in Waterdeep immediately recognize you from the papers. And look, I know you're on vacation, all right? She sort of like changes her body posture now. Before she was almost like theatrical, like giving a Shakespearean discourse from a couch, on a stage. But now she sort of changes her body language a bit more and leans in. She also lowers her voice and says, I understand that you're currently on holiday and there's nothing I would ask you to do before your 3 days is up. However, 2 things. One, Safe tells me that although traditionally our treatments are usually limited to like 1 treatment per one, like part of yourself that you want to change at a time. There was a request if 2 could be made or multiple. And here is what I propose when you're done with your vacation. because you're already getting a treatment if you want as part of your VIP package. But we have a little bit of a problem, and she points to the frosted glass. In the original shrine, about the time that Silvari left, the temple, she leans in closer. So if you're not going to lean in, you're going to have a little bit of a hard time hearing yourself.
The bar leans in.
I mean,
Yes.
look at lip read, so as long as the angle is correct.
Yeah, but you're drunk.
Yeah, you can smell the wine as Clue leans in, kind of nuts and stumbles next to Thelvar a little bit. A creature moved in into the basement, a Medusa. And given your status and competency, obviously, as adventurers, we don't often we get occasionally adventurers, but if you would be willing to clear out the Medusa so that we could reopen the shrine in the back, well, then maybe we could work our way to doubling the treatments as payment.
Why did you let a Medusa move into your shrine in the first place? Were you not taking proper care of your shrine?
I don't know if you've tried to argue with a Medusa, but it's generally
you argue with
ill-advised.
them with swords, so yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm
It just
familiar
seemed
with.
easier to continue with the expansion and close that off to our guests. The
So you
creature.
neglected the shrine, is what you're telling me.
Well, no, we replaced the shrine.
Oh, I mean, I assume you'd want this stuff to be, done subtly and maybe at night? Or can we just barge in there fully armored right now?
Oh no. Like I said, it's been like that for years. Generally, if you don't intrude upon the Medusa, the creature, everything is fine. We just go about our day. They live in peace. We live in peace. But obviously, it could possibly be a dangerous situation. It isn't currently. So again, I don't want to interrupt your holiday. Go ahead, relax. Based on what I'm reading in the papers, you all had a harrowing experience. One of you died. Who was the one who died? She looks around.
I mean, none of us died, but, one of us went a bit, limp for a second.
Well,
it got better.
Well, if
stabbed
anything-
me.
I didn't stab you.
Well,
Delver stabbed you.
The bar is just nodding at all of this.
I'm the one who dragged your corpse out of Delver's range.
Why are we arguing about this?
I don't know, we argue about everything.
Very true.
All of these last statements were true. He is drunk and you argue about everything. Right. Morgana continues. So really, there's no rush, but I thought I would make the offer. Would you like to learn more, hear a bit more about the treatments?
Before I make any kind of agreement on this, I do have one stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not quite sure how I feel about the fact that I am not familiar with how Medusas work, and that is not for you to explain. But I feel like a properly cared for shrine should not necessarily have a Medusa moving in so willy-nilly. Now, my stipulation is if we are to clear out your shrine for you, the shrine will be getting the respect and care that it deserves. Because no god, and you see this flare in Ryder's eyes that just kind of says if her father or her grandfather were ever to have received this kind of distreatment, she would have basically the apocalypse would have happened, and her siblings would have followed her into whatever chaos that is ensued. Javi, BT dubs. If I refer to Ryder, I mean the Horseman of War.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for Javi. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, because no god deserves to have their shrine disrespected. Do you understand me?
Absolutely.
Mara looks up, kind of like, and then all of a sudden just kind of looks and goes, I think I'm gonna go have that massage now. I'm very upset. You have a good day. And just flits off.
Yeah, she looks over and sort of snaps her fingers twice, and a member of staff comes over with a big towel for you with a smile and hands you a big fluffy towel as you get out of the pool.
Mara ignores the fluffy towel.
Morgana watches it all happen and returns her gaze to the rest of you and said, so the last thing, now you know a little bit about the temple and what we do here. Would you like to hear a bit more about our exclusive special treatments?
I would love to.
Well, so now they are proprietary, and of course I can't reveal everything to you unless you agree, you want the treatments and you kind of enter into the contract. And like with everything else with magic, there's some paperwork to be signed. And so what I can tell you is there's some part of yourself that you want to change. If you want to be taller, if you want to be shorter, if you want to be thinner, if you want to be bigger, if you want to be younger or older, if you want to be a completely different race, if you want to change your identity for a year, then all you have to do is go through the process of hiring us and letting us do one of our special treatments on you. So mechanically, I'm just going to kind of step out here. The way this would the way this works is, if you agree, okay, there's different ways, different types of changes. If you want your gender or your race changed, like if you want to for the next year be a wood elf or a halfling, you can do that, and that would be a treatment. There's also one about getting younger, but I would say that you could make yourself any age for a year, or for 1 year, you can increase any one of your ability scores by 2, including your max score. So practically that means if you're on a 20 on something, you can go 22 for a year.
Mm-hmm. And the catch?
A payment? Well, yeah, the payment. I mean, we are a business. We're here to make money. And that's why we're so protective of the particulars of the secrets of how we do what we do. You can see one of our happy customers at the other end of the pool. And yeah, Jarlaxle's floating there. Like a staff person has brought him like champagne now. So he's got 2 of those floaty, spongy things, one under each arm. And he's like got a cigar, he's smoking, and he's drinking champagne in the pool. And he's just like, his big arms are just buff and glistening as he lifts him out of the water.
More like Nala.
Well, he's certainly bigger.
Well, he wanted to be more robust and stronger, and so we made his wish come true for a little while. It is only for 1 year, but a year is a very long time.
Is it though? 1 year?
Our customers seem to think so.
Yes, we all know elves live longer lives than humans. No need to rub it in our face, Ibarra.
Well,
Does this elf lady
Mhm.
seem like, does this elf lady have the same opinion of the length of a year as Habara with a 14?
Oh, with a 14, you get the idea that there's like she can't go for more than a year, so she's got to sell the year as something like worth spending all this money on.
Well, I was trying to see if it was the same, like,
Oh,
when you live for 1,000, 1 year is nothing.
Yeah, I don't know how you would necessarily I don't know how you would insight her understanding of time. Like your insight is kind of like a body language read.
Well, I mean, they're both elves. And Habara did bring up 1 year, that's all.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, maybe if you got like a god roll on that, you get something out of that, but
I guess what you pick up on is you get a sense that she does have beyond a human length lifetime span of time understanding.
That's it.
So she understands it in like centuries, not just, decades. A 14 will tell you that. Well, I will let you think it over. We have a few openings tomorrow if any of you want to take advantage of it. And it isn't inclusive already, so all you need to do is just let us know. It does require all 3 of the sisters to participate, so we have to coordinate our schedules.
That's definitely something to think about.
Wonderful. Well, think on it. Enjoy your evening, your dinner, and I will be around, in the pool area or the lobby, or you could tell one of my other sisters. Azarza is often in the gardens, so you can find her there, or you can find me when you make up your minds. She kind of gives a little shrug in a very sort of feminine, delicate way, and gathers herself up the stairs and says, "Good afternoon," and leaves.
Afternoon Clue just kind of like finger waves at her.
All right, Mara, I'm just going to dip over before we get to the rest of the party because I wanted to drop, because you're all were like, who owns this place and what is this? I'm like, this is a good time for an exposition dump.
And Mara's
I'll
like,
help a lot.
fuck this bitch, I'm done.
All right, you go over, you see Ilmar again. He greets you and says, "Oh, yes, come right in." He's still wearing that necklace from Illustre that you recognize. He points you to the room closer to the back of the. I'm trying to get my mouse over there to ping it. It was just delaying. The room itself is a little bit warmer than the rest of the spa area. There, he asks, there's an array of fragrances that are candles, and Ilmar asks you, which one of those would you like the room to smell like during your massage?
Eucalyptus, please.
All right. He goes to the eucalyptus one and lights like 2 of them and puts them around the room. And then he kind of waves his hand, and with like a prestidigitation sort of magic, there's sort of like a light string music starts to play. He said, "Do you have a preferred genre that you want to listen to during the massage?"
I really want Mara to say gangster rap, but not gonna happen. Could you do something? It's heavy on the guitar, kind of goes that and she's trying to figure it out, like the opening to Hotel California.
That one?
Yeah. Only that's so not it. Nice try.
I think it was a solo in the middle. But anyway, yeah, so Hotel California, she sort of hums a few bars of that.
Mhm.
It's like a bard version. Have you ever seen like the bard takes on like Eminem songs or other pop
Yes.
songs? Okay, so it's like that version of Hotel California. It says, all right, so what you can do is go ahead and undress to your level of comfort, lie on the table face down, and you can pull up the blankets, and I'll come back in a couple minutes. I'll give a knock before I do. So you do. There you go. Someone's got the guitar.
Mara's down to her Mara's down all the way down to her chonies minus a bra, because if you've ever had a massage with a bra, it's so awkward.
I always do massage totally nude because I don't want to stop the flow, but that's me. I've trained as a massage therapist, so you're gonna have a great role-playing experience, let me just tell you.
Yay!
All right, so
Yeah, and considering the time period, bras didn't actually exist.
Yeah, when I say bra, it's like more of like the like wrap thing, like something to keep the
they
girls
didn't have
in
wire
place.
bras,
from
but they
bouncing.
did have bras.
Yeah,
Yes.
something to like kind of keep things from bouncing too much, propped
Mhm.
up too. Yeah, so there's a a proper sort of massage head rest. So you're able to sort of snuggle in, close your eyes, and the room is really comfortably warm here. You don't have goosebumps or anything. And the eucalyptus now is really just starting. It's not overpowering. It's just sort of a very light undertone, but with every time you breathe it in, you can just feel the eucalyptus cascading down your windpipe and into your lungs, and through your nostrils as you breathe in. There's a knock on the door, and Ilmar comes in. He puts his he says, I'm going to ahead and make contact now, and sort of puts his hand on your back and goes ahead, and he does this great massage. He starts first without any oil, just kind of palpating, feeling around, getting a sense of where your sore parts are. Then he starts with like a little bit of sort of pushing the skin apart, like the fascia stretching, and gets in some skin rolls as well, which kind of gives you sharp feelings, but also then like it's sort of relaxing too once the skin has been like fascia's stickiness has been pulled away. And then he uses massage oil and starts to do a nice combination of smooth movements, but also then stopping at points where there are just it's right there, and you would hold it for a while and back off, and then come in a little bit harder. But because he'd released and let the blood in to oxygenate it, even though the pain stays the same, the pressure is deeper. So he's able to like really work through the muscles, the tense muscles, and soften them up. And so that, you like those points by the end of it, you can't even tell that was a pain point before. He's magnificent at his job. He does that, for the rest, does a nice job of at the end, really like massaging your face, and then spends a long time playing with your hair and like massaging your scalp and running his fingers like back and forth in really slow motions, almost like a rocking. And then finally kind of gathers your hair up in his hands and gently like pulls it, like a little bit of traction, so that you can feel every individual hair as it releases from his grip, as it slides through his hands, and every pore, every hair follicle just sort of like sings out with that. And when he's done, he just sort of puts his hands on your shoulders for a few minutes and says, "That's the end of our session. Take as much time as you need. When you're ready, get up slowly. You've moved a lot of blood around your body, so make sure you're gentle with yourself. And when you get up and get dressed, I will be in the reception area waiting for you." And he just sort of magically disappears out the room. And you're left there in the state of bliss with the candle burning and the music, just feeling your body completely zoned out. Don't ask a massage therapist to role play a massage. That's a lesson from this role. Are you asleep now, Kelsey?
No.
Okay.
But Mara, like, as he's worked, like the second he found like her biggest knot, and the second the blood, like if you've ever had a knot removed and the blood like flows correctly, like the second he unknots that muscle, like she just all of a sudden goes and like over and over again, he just like is able to make basically her turn into pudding. And then she goes from pudding to goo. And at the second he leaves, she's just like, I don't want to move. I need to move. I can't move. And like slowly, like she starts twitching her toes and twitching her fingers, and then like moving her arms and her legs, like just trying to get like her body to remember how to shift. And then slowly, like downward dog, like rolls up, and then like roll like from downward dog rolls to sitting like on her haunches, and just kind of cracks like her neck, puts her clothes back on, and walks back out into the reception area.
He's there waiting with a glass of water for you.
Thank you.
It's good now that all the toxins are in your bloodstream to drink a lot of water so that they go through your kidneys and get processed out.
I will take that into consideration.
Wonderful. It was wonderful to have you as a client, Miss Mara.
I forgot what it felt like not to have knots.
Well, you know, probably give tomorrow off, but if a second day, you could always come back for a second massage.
Good to know. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And she skips back to where the group is.
Okay, that was better than R&D having us role play getting stuck in traffic for an hour and a half. So at least. Or sitting in a waiting room. All right. So back to the Mara's got her massage now. So Javi, I'm sorry, you joined us for a really weird D&D session for role playing massage therapy now. But cut back to all y'all gossiping after Morgana is gone.
Mhm. Right. You really made that tempting. I'm assuming as it's like beauty treatment, it's only going to be like physical stats that they can boost and possibly charisma. I don't know how
any of
beauty-
your ability scores.
I mean,
Any of your ability scores.
very interesting how they're gonna make you smarter, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I
How's
was
your
thinking.
brain? Comes with some side effects.
Which
I was about to say just make your brain a bit smoother, but it's actually the exact opposite of what you want.
yeah, because being any stat, yes, that's very tempting. But I don't trust this place as far as I can throw it.
So with that logic, Mara should do something.
You mean a treatment?
Yeah,
Yes.
Mara could definitely use a treatment.
Which
I
one?
mean, everybody can use a treatment, but
This is very true.
nobody's ever been like, you know what I think? My stats are too high. Just doing things too well these days.
Yeah, that's a common player complaint.
Hell, I still wouldn't say no to like having 22 intelligence.
Real big brain.
Uh,
Wait, are we supposed to be level 8 or are we all level 7 except for Javi?
We're all level 7.
Okay.
mhm.
Including Javi.
Oh, I think I just bumped him on accident. It's an even number. And then you get, yeah, that was probably just my forgetting which game I was running.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Oh wait, thought it was.
But yeah,
It's level 7 from Spoiled, right?
but
Yeah,
yeah,
Mara
but-
could use a level bump in something.
But the story that she told was it totally ignored what was going on in the turret in the tower.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she didn't mention the tower, but
Uh-huh.
didn't ask about it either. So you know, it's
A
not that
giant
weird.
pile of bones. Yeah. But
And the story about the old temple doesn't add up either because Thelvar didn't see any sign of a Medusa.
Yeah, he did. The thing in the
Only-
water.
No, there were two things in the water.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was
One of them
water,
was-
there
One
was
of
a
them
water
may have been a
weird
Medusa.
and
Exactly.
something that was amorphous. Medusa aren't amorphous.
Water
Medusa-
distorts vision.
I'm going to just like, before you go down the wrong track, I'm just going to say, yeah, it was a Medusa you saw, but I didn't know how to describe a Medusa underwater with the snake hair and like all the body. And so it would like, you wouldn't have any sense of depth perception. So just FYI. Yeah. Like that would click on at Thelvar. The size would have been right.
Hmm.
You can doubt me. It's okay.
The
I
second,
mean, we can fight a Medusa, but doesn't solve the mystery. in
wait,
and of
do the
itself.
just curious, do Medusas work in the same way that they work in like mythological whatever?
I mean,
Kind
I
of.
severely doubt any of our characters have fought one, but
I mean, I, as the player, know that yes, Medusas do kind of work similarly.
Well, the only reason I ask is War would be familiar with the mythology of Medusa.
Namesake Medusa.
Would
Yes.
that be Gorgon,
Yeah.
not Medusa?
yeah, Gorgon are technically
Yes.
the species / race, while Medusa is a very specific one.
Well, mythologically, in D&D, Medusa.
Yeah,
is the
indeed,
race.
it is just that.
That's why, like, I almost said, "Oh, we're gonna be dealing with a Gorgon," but chose not to.
I think there is a Gorgon separate, different than a Medusa. Let me check.
There's Gorgons, which are some other sort of creature, but
Yeah.
there is also a Medusa variant called a Gorgon that's more associated with Karatur than.
Where the fuck is a Gorgon a fucking bull thing? Jesus.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
Sometimes these things happen.
Uh-huh.
so when
Is
Mara
Hobby back
joins
yet?
them,
No, he just left.
Okay.
for Perry, it's when Mara joins them, he's just going to go, "What's a Medusa?"
I mean, if anything, it's at least a good excuse to investigate the most suspicious place we've got.
But we've got 2 suspicious places.
I guess.
So Mara left you guys for 90 minutes.
Yep.
So
So you get back
What
and
if-
we're all mocking Clue for being drunk.
okay, so you mocked Clue for 90 minutes.
I mean, I feel like it's somewhere during those 90 minutes, Clue would have at the very least, brought the plates and the bottle back to whoever needs to take
Oh, the
those.
staff would have. Yeah, the staff come over. They smile and collect it.
You're the best. Love this place.
He's back.
He's back.
Okay, so Javi, I don't know. Maybe you're holding this back, but I did give you a piece of information in your
Sorry.
backstory for Javi.
Yeah.
And it has to do with a contact.
Like the person I'm looking for, the old friend.
No, Dusk. There's a Harper agent somewhere that Felric told you, codename Dusk, that might help you with some information.
I didn't remember that.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Dusk.
I'm glad that I remembered
I
you.
know. Does my character know how Dusk looks like or something?
Oh, well, you could. No, you have the code name.
Find
So
Dusk?
if you want to tell the other members, maybe they can help.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm okay. We're still gossiping at the pool, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so now in character.
They're
Okay.
bringing you, various drinks like iced teas, Long Island iced teas if they had a Long Island,
They're not giving Clue any
champagne.
more wine.
He's got a bottle. He seems fine. Yeah. So
I
they're
think the
He
just,
bottle's
finished that
already.
bottle.
The bottle is gone.
and by this time, after you guys are rowdy enough, Jarlaxle's impersonator gets out and goes to sit in the, he disappears into the changing rooms. So you're back to being alone.
Okay. So okay, people, I need to share. I need to share some information. I was told I was going to find this contact called Dusk, and I don't know if any of you knows anything about it because I need to really find this person I told you about before. And with all of this going on, they may as well be, dead or worse.
This Dusk guy, girl, or whatever. Do they have any affiliation? Sense, Harper's, Lord's Lions?
I don't really know
They,
much.
you know that that Felric said that they were with the Harpers.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Harper's,
Do you know
I
if they're a horse?
They're not letting horses into the temple, Hibara.
Will they let the horses into the Harpers?
Well,
Yes,
okay.
but
If we see a horse, we'll ask if it's an informant.
Well, how do we know that it's a horse?
We don't know it's a horse.
That's why I asked.
A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Belvar or Perry, your Harpers, did they teach you a secret handshake or something to find each other?
That's
Pins.
this.
Yeah, but informants don't carry their pins, But you can
It
carry
could even be the
yours.
tree.
It could
I
be
mean,
the
I don't
tree.
Who told you about the
tree
Harper
was here
agent?
The tree was here before the temple. She just said, that's a very
Yeah, but
very
it's a
long plan.
smart tree. It's fine. It could be the tree.
Wait,
What?
no.
Did the Harpers plant an informant before the temple even existed?
Well, I
mean,
imagine
wouldn't-
they could come in and join later. The tree, I mean, not the harp.
So confused.
Oh, you mean they recruited the tree?
Yes, they recruited the tree. Maybe.
Well,
I hate all of you.
I don't know if I've had too much or too little wine for this, but I can only adjust it in one direction. just like calls over and like one of the servants, another bottle, please.
Smiles and nods and disappears.
And Perry
Comes back in
catches
a few
the
minutes.
servant before they disappear and goes,
Mhm.
give him water instead.
Smiles and nods and goes off.
Who's just gonna get red water?
well,
Grape juice.
well, we can assume that if these three women have made Silvari's Silversong disappear, that they weren't here when things were originally built. So they may not know where the tree came from, and are just saying that it was there when they built it, which seems a strange thing to do.
I have a question.
What?
Who told you about the Harper agent?
Who did tell you about the Harper agent?
I don't know. It wasn't my backstory. I don't remember.
No, it's your friend, a drow elf who's based in Waterdeep named Felric, that you met a while ago. He was the one who told you.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, you know Felric?
Oh, besties. Okay. So, funny story. There's another drow. He works here. He works at the massage parlor, and he has the same pendant as Felric.
Yeah, that means he's. I mean, Alex is like the.
Worships what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, the drow navy that always gets naked or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, that doesn't mark them out as a member of the Harpers.
No, but it might be a link that if he worships her, then maybe he knows Felric, and Felric and him are linked.
Yeah,
And Mara
I
does
don't
that
know.
weird finger
Every
thing.
Christian knows each other, do they?
I mean, the thing about Felric is he
second
is
that-
not a harper.
It's a holy
the-
symbol to the god of the drow.
Well, one
One of them.
sort of unpopular god of the drow. I mean, unpopular among the drow at the very least.
I'm just giving you the information I have. I'm just saying, I met a drow who has the same symbol, wears the same freaking thing as Felric. Who knows?
Yeah, but the thing about Felric is that he isn't a harper. If he had that information, it probably came from Gerlaxle's network. Meaning, the harper is in no way linked to Felric
Mara kind
himself.
of glares at Clue and goes, shouldn't we track that down? It could be that this is the guy that...
I mean, I can order a massage, see if he
Just-
reacts to the word dusk, and see what happens. But
Exactly!
I'm just saying,
All
we
you
need to
have
do
to
that
go
with
on,
more than just the drow. We just need to search in general.
indeed, because spurious link just because they follow the same religion.
But I do want a massage, so
Why don't you go
actually, I'm
do that? See if the drow responds to dusk, and bing
Mhm.
bang boom. How many other drows work here other than the stupid?
Yeah, but
frickin-
most
But we don't know.
yeah,
if
but
we're
harpers
looking
aren't
for a
necessarily
drow.
drow.
Are-
Most of them
Are we
aren't.
looking?
Have we
Most
seen any
Har-
animals?
Yes, most harpers are human.
I hate all of you.
Yeah, but they can be animals. Have we seen any animals?
It was a
Seen
horse
birds
one
outside,
time, Himara. Oh. Most
Hey, Yellow, do you have
harpers-
to work tomorrow?
No. I have 2 weeks off.
Oh, okay.
What?
Are you
Yeah,
okay to
do-
go a little
yeah.
bit later, Javi? If this isn't too much chaos for you?
No,
Yeah,
it's
I've
fine.
like the 2 weeks vacation I took off.
Why do you have 2 weeks?
I mean, legally, I have. I mean,
Vacation
standard in
time.
Belgium is 20. Then because I work 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week, I get another 12 a year. So that's 32. Then because I've been with the company for more than 2 years, I get 1 extra day. So I need to take like 33 days a year. I've like basically only spent half of this month at
Yeah.
work because I had so many days left at the end of the year.
Yeah,
Corey, why the hell do we live in the United States?
Yeah.
Education
Well, I
for the
mean,
Americans.
Yeah.
In Europe, a work time directive means that we have to have a certain amount of time off per year based on the amount of hours we work.
we have that here too.
But if we
But
and we
paid.
have to use it, and it's all paid.
Yep.
Paid
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
And
I don't
if
have
you-
that.
You don't have
and
that?
What?
you
No,
have to-
no, I
Yeah,
get I get PTO, but
No.
I'm not required
Changes
to
by
use
state.
it.
Mhm.
and it
Yeah.
resets every year. So if you have any time unallotted when a year period ends,
It goes away.
You lose it.
Yep.
Well,
Not
not me.
necessarily. There
Yeah.
are,
Well-
and that depends on your business contract, a certain amount of days that you're allowed to like pass over to the
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Bomb. It's,
Some
can
people have
carry 'em-
that.
Yeah, we can carry them over for 9 months into the next year.
yeah.
But anyway,
well,
we're off the we're off in we're in D&D world now. So we're gonna go back to D&D world.
I just wanted to. That's fucked up.
I'm surprised you didn't know that or
Yeah,
have that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Europe is way
yeah,
better.
in the US, it's not.
I've never
legally
had
for
that.
federally at the
Never.
very least.
Do you
Yeah, I
work for the fucking state? Is that why?
No, it's
No.
No.
it's legally
it's-
required. Like they have to give me.
No, I
those
wasn't
days.
Oh, I
talking
thought
to
that
you. I
was-
was
I-
talking
yeah, I
to
thought that was-
Corey.
No,
For
that
all
no, I'm
jobs.
private research.
Oh.
No.
Whether you're
Oh.
working in McDonald's or as a street sweeper or whatever, it's standard.
Not in the United States because I've never
Yep.
had that.
Yep.
Yep,
Or maybe that's because I've never maxed out my PTO.
All right. Sorry.
Mm.
Can we get back to sorry?
No.
I don't think people on Twitch came for debates about employment law variations.
Yeah.
and
Lies. Filthy lies. That is all anyone cares about.
and just Americans going, "Oh my God, do we really have it
Yeah.
that bad?" And all the Europeans going, "Yeah, you really have it that bad." I mean, it's the same conversation every time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason. There's like one very obvious difference between the US and majority of Europe, and it's fucking unions.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. My union just negotiated 1,300 euros, just dropped in my pocket, tax free. And I'm like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. I just have money. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
okay, thank you.
God.
And there are
damn it.
people here that go absolutely livid at the thought
Of
of-
a union.
of their union doing that for them.
Yep. Yep.
Giving them free money.
Because I opened my check and went, what? No, there was a mistake. They paid me my Christmas bonus twice because normally you get a Christmas bonuses in November. And I looked
They
at it,
have
I'm
something
like,
else that we don't get.
it was
on
completely
standard.
different money. 1,300 euros, just boom,
I
in my
mean,
pocket.
Our
Anyway,
13th,
yeah.
like 13th month and stuff aren't a thing in the US either. I assume.
I don't think so.
This is like
Yeah.
the fire conversation all over again.
Okay, so yes, you
Dear
guys
me.
were
How
having a
does shit
debate
burn?
about a
At least
massage.
with this one, no one's gonna die.
Yes.
Hmm.
Javi, welcome to our D&D group.
Problem. Back to the game. There's another possibility is that gym class elf lady could also be the agent. Could be Dusk.
I mean, everybody could be Dusk. This chair over there could be Dusk. Who knows?
It's true.
She gave me a potion when she didn't have to. I don't know if that counts.
I think she just wants people to. I think she just wants people to join her program.
Or Christy was spaced out and wasn't paying attention to what she was doing.
Oh, I was like, Javi wanted to play and no one wanted to play with him, so I gave him a prize. The gods were smiled on him for his first session with us, since most of the session has been you all wandering away from him.
We all wandered away out. We
We all
wandered off
wandered
from
away
each other.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, come on,
That's
it's a
how you
candle,
win
it's a-
battles.
yeah, it's a Candlekeep mystery. We know that they're combat light, so we know we can split up.
we know we can
I
just
think-
like fuck off and fuck around. Yeah.
So that's the animated book shelf in anyway, so that's all right.
You
So you're
act
gonna
like
say
we
something,
don't do
Javi?
this on a regular basis, even
Yeah.
when we're battle heavy.
I mean,
Come
in
on now.
battle heavy, we at least tend to like fuck around in a group in case something tries to stab us.
Until Mar
Hell
decides
house.
to fuck around and find out with the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
There's this kind of sort of like at the lower right. There's this room that has a dog in it.
Puppy!
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh yeah, in the kitchen. Wait, is that
But-
kitchen dog?
I'm pretty sure that's
Again,
That's
kitchen.
place
your
to have a
characters
dog.
again, yeah, your characters wouldn't know that what's in all the rooms, because
Well-
of stupid dynamic
Thematic
lighting
lighting.
stuff. Yeah.
On the way back from outside, as I was coming through the dining area, I did hear a dog barking.
Puppy!
Oh,
We
I
should
mean-
go find the puppy.
We should
So
go
you
I'm going
did
to find a massage.
no, there was an animal.
All right, no, you're in the wrong place, Clue. That's the right here. Clue. Over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, but you need to like fucking make a reservation beforehand. I assume.
Whatever.
Yeah, but you-
Puppy!
You investigate that. I'll go investigate this awakened tree.
All right. So, Clue, are you going to go try to make an appointment?
Yep.
Where's
All
the
right.
puppy?
Yeah. So you walk in. Why do I keep doubting his name? Because it just sounds too like okay, Ilmar. It really is. I just keep thinking
It just
to me
sounds like a
Ilmar.
dude. Yeah.
Ilmar. Yeah, it seems to be like closing up shop a little bit, like kind of arranging, dusting off the candle display for sale and things. All of the stuff is put away and looks up and says, "Oh, good evening. What can I do for you? I'm Ilmar."
Hello, I was seeing if maybe I can, well, get or reserve an appointment for a massage.
Oh, yes. Let me just get out my appointment book. I put it away already. Crosses the room over to the table, opens up a drawer out of sight from you, and pulls out a, long leather-bound kind of registry. Sets it on the table and flips to a page and says, when were you thinking about having your massage? Do you perform a morning massage, something much later in the day?
What about around dusk? Just see if he reacts.
Roll insight.
See if I roll another fucking one. Insight. No one's here.
You say the word, so he's writing. He's starting to, he's looking down at the schedule. When you say the word dusk, his head jumps up and his eyes look at you. And he realizes sort of what he's done and he looks back down again as you finish your sentence.
Or just like, kind of smirks. Well, when exactly do you have free for a massage?
He says, well, seems there might be an opening later on this evening. What time would work for you?
I mean, I am on vacation, so my timing is rather free. So, whenever
There's
fits for you.
dinner served at 6. Maybe I could talk to the staff about setting up a evening sundown Tai Chi one-on-one.
Sounds great.
Right. Okay, well, then I will see you after dinner.
Oh, look, Mara was right. Be a
I
little
mean-
safe, all of you.
Where is everybody else at this point?
Mara's at the bar. She wants to talk to the barkeep about the dog.
Guess he'd like probably try like gather everybody up to inform them about the fact that Mara's just fucking right entirely by accident, most likely.
Oi! I might not be right by accident. I was probably putting 2 and 2 together because I'm smart.
So, Chris,
Also,
I'm still going for
I
broken
did
clock is
not
right
add
twice a
this to
day.
this is original Candlekeep material. This is not me adding stuff. It was a drow who was a Harper agent in the text. That's canon. That was me. That's not me. Right?
To be honest, in retrospect, Dusk, Drow, kind of on the nose, actually.
Mhm.
Come on, people. Really?
So Illustre is in there, Harper is in there, and Dusk is in there. The only thing I added was Felric to help like bring Have in and give him a piece of information that might lead you all in the right direction.
Uh-huh.
Because I am God. I am playing at a different level.
Mhm. But yeah, the pendant didn't necessarily mean that.
No, I'm not saying the pendant did. I just put because it says he's a worshiper, but how do I put that into the story? I can't just drop that in conversation as what god do you worship? I
Mhm.
just did it as the pendant in order to again create a link so that you guys would be able to make the connection.
Also,
Uh-huh.
it didn't help that I rolled like awesome. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
but you arrived to the right answer by the wrong deduction.
well, I don't think she was. She just said that. I think her thing was that he and Felric
As-
have a connection,
Yeah.
and then also the Illustre movement has a Harper connection.
Yeah, but the connection that she was making was based on them having the same pendant, which was just about having the same religion.
hey, I just put 2 and 2 together. That's how things work.
All right, so I guess this is canon now. You guys are having this conversation in the bar.
No, no one is
I
around
mean-
me.
Oh, okay. So Clue, you're gonna
Clue is
gather everyone
like
up.
getting,
right?
like
Yes.
trying to like find and gather people.
Where are you
in
gonna
a
gather
place.
people
Um,
and talk about your
Mm.
secret agent?
I mean, it would be more so. I guess. I mean, and how big are these rooms? I assume they can fit like 6 people in them if they're just like standing.
There are 5. There's a scale. There should be 5 feet per. So
Mhm.
the size of 5 feet for every square.
Yeah,
Yeah,
size of the room.
If they
Thelval's room's
shove
bigger.
themselves in, yeah. So if they just like shove themselves into Delver's room for a hot second,
Yeah. You just Clue
Yeah.
rounds you all up and pushes you toward Thelvar's room.
But yeah,
so
Thelvar will be there shortly. Let's do this thing with the tree first. Get that out of the
Okay.
way.
All right. So you go to the garden.
So
What would you like to do?
Thelvar starts off in common.
No
Greetings,
reaction.
Greetings,
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Tree.
Yep.
No reaction.
Mhm.
Switches to Elvish. Hello there.
No reaction.
Okay, let's try Dwarvish.
No reaction.
Okay, long shot. Let's try Abyssal.
No reaction.
Very well. We'll see if someone else has another language. Pleased to meet you anyway, Mr. Tree. I need to go find my friends.
I like your process of deduction though. Full points. You weren't successful now, but you're on the right track.
I wonder if the lovely elf lady here is just watching this going, what the hell
Oh,
is
at
with
this
these
point,
people?"
yeah. Sorry,
mean-
I've left her in the garden, but in the evenings, like they
Um,
go back to their tower where they live.
I mean, actually, if Chloe's rounding people up, he probably would have run into Telvar trying to talk to the tree. To which point, like, just out of curiosity, he would have tried like Infernal and Celestial on it as well.
Sorry, which ones again?
Infernal,
Infernal
and
and
Celestial.
Celestial.
That's a nope and a nope.
Well, all I got.
So we're all being bundled into Felvar as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Hibara had been soaking in the pool for how long did you say Mara's
90 minutes.
90 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so an hour and a half. Does that do anything?
If you stay in there for more than an hour, you're gonna set off the greater restoration effect today, right now. If you don't like get out at minute 59 and then
Well, you said
wait a
that-
minute. So,
You said that
but
I
you're
needed
it
to
was
do-
just your
I mean, I
feet,
don't have
right?
anything. Well, up
You're
to
not
her
fully-
calves. Go up to her like her
Um,
knee. She's like on the edge of the pool. with her
Yeah, I
feet in
guess
the
probably
water.
any contact. If you're submersed in the water, it's having a contact effect. So, did you want that now?
Well, you said there was something that happened with the
Oh,
pool.
oh,
Hibara.
right. Right. Okay, so as the others leave to go off and do their things, Habara stays behind. There's just something about this place. And after a while, you feel something tickle the underside of your foot.
She immediately pulls her foot up and looks at her foot.
It's fine.
She looks in the pool.
You see something swimming underneath. It's kind of hard to see because now by this time the light of the day is going when the torches haven't turned on quite yet. But it seems to be a kind of humanoid figure.
Human shape in the pool.
Yep. What do you do?
No one else is here.
Nope.
I mean, I'm around. Am I not?
Well, so I guess you're. Are you at the? But you're not at the edge of the pool. You wouldn't be seeing what she is because those are like stairs going into it. Or would you be?
She can reach out or something, right? Just
Hibara could if you want to. Yeah,
Check it out.
if you're hobby. Okay, if you're like you're sat sort of at the top of the pool when this happens. I guess the stairs really screw me up if they're going up or going down. So I'm gonna say you kind of go in and you hop in the pool, so they're going up. So if you're just sort of like sat hanging around, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
You just see Hibara. You two of you would be like hanging out near the. She would have her feet in the pool, but now she got up and looked at the bottom of her foot for some reason.
okay, I go like, what's going on? Is everything all right?
What does the person in the pool look like?
So
Are
sorry,
they
she's asking
masculine
who
or
did.
feminine?
You would say it's more in a feminine figure.
There's some lady in the pool. And she waves.
Is she handing swords? Just
Maybe.
As you watch, the figure comes a bit closer and waves back. She stays far away, doesn't come to the surface. She comes closer though, and just sort of like is almost treading water, like checking you out. You want to do actually both of you are druids, so both of you can do a nature check.
let's do
Druid
it.
buddies, or you can help each other either way.
Nature.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what it is, but I think Hibara knows.
Looking
Yep.
for it. Here it is.
It's oh, you
We
both
should
know.
know.
Yeah, it's a naiad.
Oh,
You're looking at a naiad, which is how do you describe a naiad?
a
A kind of
water woman or folk ish.
yeah, but they're tied to water. Like there's some tree
supposed to be like-
spirits, tree.
Yeah,
They're water
water-
dryads.
Water
Mhm.
spirits,
Yeah, well, water nymphs, but yeah.
Well, we say hello, I guess. Hello.
Because a dryad is a forest nymph, but yeah.
Mhm. Yes, I had to look that up today for this character, for this creature, I should say. She's kind of she really like she's intrigued. Okay, both of you want to do an insight as well to see how you can read her now that you kind of. Yeah, but Hibara, you're not getting much, but to you, Javi, she looks really like curious but hesitant. Like she's intrigued by, in particular, Hibara, but she also just looks like she doesn't feel like she can come up and just talk to you. She's not sure about you yet.
Do Hibaras talk like common
Yes.
language? Okay. So just to say, hey, don't be scared about us. We're here to help. Just we're here to help. Don't worry, you're safe. How did you end up here?
When you say help, she kind of sort of like looks at you a bit closer and starts to swim. And as she's about to break the surface, she sort of shakes her head, thinks better of it, and she's oh, I'm gonna roll. Let me roll for something here. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, Javi.
Yeah.
You can do it with advantage because you've said something that is helpful.
Good, because I'm very low on persuasion.
It's all right.
Nice.
All right.
17, pretty good.
I would say
All
like
right.
easy. We're not gonna hurt you. I'm positive we're not gonna hurt you. We're here to help. We're
All
here-
right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. She looks like she's about to doubt it, and then I think when she gets a bit closer, she can also see that you're a druid, and so she does. She breaks the surface of the water, and she says, "Are you with them?"
Ooh,
I'm not with any them that you might think. I'm a druid from the forest. I just came here searching for a friend. and I'm seeing a lot of strange things going on in this spa. So if we can help this 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 is Hibara. She's someone who has been helping other people before as well. So if we can help you out, if you're in trouble, in distress, and we're here to serve, so just let me know to help, not to serve, but you know.
Are you
Well,
why the pool feels funny?
She's so when you're talking to her, she looks at your eyes, but like maybe a third of the time she's looking at you, but most of the time she's checking out the doors to the place, sort of like looking around you, making sure that nobody is coming in. And what was the last? Did you ask her a question, Javi? Oh, you just said we can help, that kind of thing.
Hibara asked if
Absolutely,
yeah.
yes.
Yes, and then Hibara asked, or kind of piped up with, "Is she why the water's magic?"
is she why the water's weird? Yeah.
She's like, no, it's fey magic. It's a natural fey magic, water spring. I'm tied to it. I protect this. I made a promise to protect these waters. It's not safe though. It's not safe now. You have to come back later. There's too many of their agents around. It's too risky. I can't get caught.
Oh, well. She turns to
We can split.
Barakas and
guard
says,
the door. One of us can guard the door, and the other one can talk with this.
Or-
water.
"Can you
Soul.
swim?"
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Of course,
No,
she
no,
can
no.
swim.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you've got another wild shape left today.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I can turn into. Let me check the
You
guide.
turn into a toad. You can turn into, I don't know if you want to be maybe a toad with amphibious would be good because then you can be underwater and above.
Yeah. Do we have frogs or something?
I'm sure they have frogs.
There are
I
frogs.
think I've been
they're
a
like-
frog.
They're
I'm
really
sure
low
they're like-
level.
Yeah, they're
I
probably like a
bet I
CR
know.
1/4.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're CR0.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to wild shape into a frog.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna assure first, the little lady. I'm gonna turn into an animal now, so we can be safe and we can talk underwater when nobody's listening. Okay.
She kind
Uh,
of backs up a bit, like makes room for you to get into the pool.
Ibarra, can you check the door just in case?
He looks at the door.
Okay, and then
Can't be
I'm
more
going in.
Door.
descriptive with Habara.
At
Yep.
what exact point during this does Clue barge in looking for people?
Through it.
Oh, wait. Can I determine when Clue walks in?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
because you're out you're talking to the tree, you're getting Hibara or Imara in the bar. You got to find Perry. I don't know. Perry's in his room, I think, like drawing a new skirt or something. So it's they've got a bit of time.
Stealing that. That's happening.
Okay, so does Barakas turn into a frog?
Yeah, I guess so. We're
Okay.
the frog.
She watches him turn into a frog. She goes, "Oh, I guess that works too. I don't know how good that's going to be for talking. I was just going to do this," and she casts water breathing.
On both of you.
Yeah, she'll do it on both of them,
So
just to be safe.
you don't have to be a frog anymore. I mean, you can be a frog to jump in if you want to be a frog for a while and just listen in. I'll say that you can hear everything perfectly.
You should have said that before.
That's Hibara.
Yeah, that's Ibarra. I thought about telling you because you're new. I was like, you can't talk as an animal, but then I was like, no, this will be funnier.
If I give you an insight, like Hibara thought that Perry was a ghost for a year and
Yeah.
built that up until that was a final reveal.
Until
So
he
yes,
almost fucking died.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a year real time, not
yes,
game
not
time.
game time. So like doing that kind of stuff, like you turning into a frog and then her doing it afterwards, it's just on. Yeah, that's just
On
Hibara.
brand.
On point.
Yes, don't feel
Yep.
like picked on.
So then she takes off the giant robe, leaves it by the end of the pool,
Mhm.
and just steps off and sings. And this is where Clue should come in because it's funnier to just see have it walk in and Habara just walk
Just
into
float.
the pool, sink down.
Clue turns around and goes, I'm not dealing with this today.
It's like, I'll mention things to them
Half
for
an hour,
later,
12
not
hours
like
run.
she listens during these meetings anyway. And just walks on back. I mean, is everybody, because like he would have recruited like Mara and Perry.
Mara still wants to find out about the puppy.
Clue's got
And
some
you're all
questions
ignoring
he's
her
got to
wishes
complete now.
about the puppy.
Oh. Good people, I think it's getting a little bit late for me.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
You're right. We went a half hour longer than we were supposed to. So we're going to leave it there with the mystery of the Naiad, with Clue about to explain about the Harper connection. And yes, I guess
And-
Sib. Oh, and when we're back, yeah, Javi, would you please join us again in the new year?
Definitely. It's
All
the
right,
same
great.
date, right?
Yeah.
It's always on Sundays, and normally we end at 10, but Clue, we just lost track of time because the
We were doing
10
stuff.
o'clock. Yes.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so I guess we're back after the New Year's special, so like the next second weekend of January. Sib, take us out.
This has
Oh, and
been
thanks
Tales-
Javi for joining us.
Indeed,
Pleasure.
thanks for joining.
A pleasure, good people.
This has been
Yes.
Tales from the Old Haunt. So it's goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Bye.
party.
Bye.
They did the bit.
I should tell Kevin that his sign off is like become adapted by Wacky World Interactive as our sign off.